With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes are filled to fill. There's so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. His dreams online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Shazbin 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once kicked off across the board with charge to ward because the squad can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if I fun as child can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact and how he felt he was attacked. He's nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here. Welcome to DSP Bingo, or some sort of bingo pizza special event. As you can see here from DSP's thumbnail, he's doing some dumbass marathon. I am doing a 3x3 bingo card today because it's probably not going to be a long podcast, or it's not as long as usual. When he does marathons, it's not as long as usual. We're still going to use the usual method to determine this. No, Phil is actually using this. Someone made this for him. Someone made this for Phil to use. One of his own fans that apparently make all his stuff. They made this for him. And this is a very old Halloween costume that Phil wore like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. Anyway, the Wheel of Names to help us determine how to pick a bingo card. So we have got, there you go. There you go is the winner. We're going to use there you go. And there you go. So we have, I need a number between 1 and 83. First number I see in chat, between 1 and 83, that is a bingo card we'll use. 65. Okay, 65 is the very first number I saw from Punished Roddy Boomer. So the 65th bingo card, which is going to be this one right here. Here is our 3x3 bingo card for today. You guys, throat clearing, absolutely. Siege mode, chair creak, hate to say, there you go, wow, and honest. That is our bingo card for today. So, let me save that very quickly, guys, as we prepare for some bingo antics. Good stuff. I always try and remember to save it before. I forgot one time and it was embarrassing. Hey Dashy, how you doing, pal? I hope you're all doing well, hope you're all enjoying the weekend, whatever it is you've been doing. His chair creaks an enormous amount. It's an incredible amount of creaking his chair does. Any time he moves in it, because Phil's got like restless leg syndrome as well, he's always moving about, you know, going back and forth, and the chair creaks, and it might as well be a snort. It may as well be its own snort. It's essentially a free space. But yeah, that is the bingo card for today. We'll get the bingo all set up and prepared. We're just waiting for Phil to go live, essentially. He is awake, as you can see. He's in his chat. Give him a few extra minutes to set up some stuff for the podcast. Oh, great, the podcast is going to be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle history. Brace yourselves for that, guys. But yeah, I'll just get everything all set up. And you guys can enjoy some Meerkat music while I do all the prep. So yeah. Enjoy the music.
I love my life. I have so much fun every single day. You're bagging. I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me.
You're still bagging for $10 donations and $20 donations to pay your electric bill, to pay your fucking rent, alright? I get it. I'd hate me too. See you, Phil. Have a good one.
Now, I do have a favor to ask, okay? I mentioned this on tonight's late stream. I'm going to probably be mentioning it on every stream this week. Here's the deal. This week, I have 2 very large bills due. But then, I also have my day off on Wednesday. I'm bringing this up because I need you to refocus your support if you were already planning on supporting me this weekend.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Fucking loser.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
Always going broke.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
If you think that someone who has to live day to day on tips and shit is funny, oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up.
Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown. Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
Bagging.
Phil's a beggar. Phil's a joke, Phil's a clown.
Always going broke.
Phil's this, Phil's that.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar.
He's a loco.
Phil's a beggar. It's not begging.
Okay, I'll be honest, it makes me nervous because I've noticed recently there's actually been an uptick in super chats, which is great. It helps the channel long term, and certainly I'm not being ungrateful. And if that's the only way that you can contribute or support the channel, great. If you can help me and tip me, please do. That's what I need help with right now, okay? Again, I'm not asking for anything above and beyond. You know idiots will come out in prayers. Phil's saying he wants you to pay directly.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. That I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had an opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy.
I understand that people right now are so hyped for the gifted memberships, and I'm very grateful for that. I mean, thank you. But I hope that that doesn't mean that people are going to forego tipping, because that would put me in a bad situation. And in particular, I don't know why you guys, okay, why are you laughing? Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Why are you laughing? Oh, so hilarious that this guy has stuff financially tight. I literally can't afford stuff on Tuesday on my day off, and you're gonna laugh? Oh, it's funny. When you can't go and do something with your family on your day off, your one day off for the week when you're working full-time 6 days a week, that's funny, right? No, it's not fucking funny. Now shut up. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Grocery shopping, tips. Meal with my wife, tips. Coming up, my day off on Tuesday, tips. Nintendo Online, tips. Bills and stuff, tips. Tips are the liquidity of my business. Huh?
This one's for all my baby girls.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
Adds sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all going to be tartness, and you won't have any
It's
kind
going to
of
be
sweetness
acidity
to
from
the sauce.
tomatoes.
Right, you'll have
And then
tart
spice.
and its acid and nothing else. All right. So now we got to stir all that in, and then we add our final ingredients, and then the meat.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side flip. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian caregiver pill. I'm half kind of European mix. European style, Asian fusion style tips. Greasy hair. Pasta once a week. Authentic style, Asian fusion style, Italian.
Guess what else we're going to add?
What?
Sausage. Italian sausage. That's going to go in here too.
I love sausage. I have had many varieties.
Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian bills. Italian dark side flip. Italian wife. Italian wife. Italian chill. Italian caregiver pill. Why do you pretend to be Italian? I don't. I'm not full-blooded Italian. That'd be ridiculous for me to claim. I'm a quarter Italian. I am 1/4 Polish, and then I'm half kind of European mix. It complements the flavor perfectly. And it's so weird because it's nothing like any other cuisine. It really isn't. I can't even tell you another cuisine that tastes like that. But it's so good. And what I like about Mediterranean food is usually when you get it, you get such a good variety of stuff. Like I got, it came with hummus and pitas. You dip the pitas in the hummus, and that was delicious. Robust. Insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking robust. Give me this dipping sauce. Garlic infused dipping sauce. Robust. I will tell you guys is thus. Robust. Robust. They came with their rice, which is the seasoned rice. That just tastes, again, it tastes kind of different from other cultural rices. It has peas and carrots, but it's also got this unique seasoning in it that's really good. And then also a side salad, which was like lettuce, tomato, onion,
Robust.
insanely flavorful chicken. It's not dry. It's freaking
Robust.
Give you this dipping sauce, garlic infused dipping sauce.
Robust.
I will tell you guys is thus.
Robust. Robust. Robust.
We went and got dinner. Now, this was a double-edged sword. We knew that the restaurant we were going to was probably going to be good. It was a very high-end, Chinese-style, Asian fusion-style restaurant, okay? Yesterday was a really slow day for me on stream. I didn't make a lot of support yesterday. It's you guys, and you know, how much you're liking the content I'm doing in a given day, how much you can afford to support that content. Can you argue it's a begging model? I mean, I guess.
This dude is a piece of fucking garbage.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
Scumbags and mental cases on the internet still support I'm a beggar and I'm a loser and I'm on level 1. And I can't go on a honeymoon with my wife. I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm on level 1.
I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills. I need this money, I get this money, beg for this money, I want the money. The only time I chill is when I pay my bills. The only time I get to chill is when I spend the bills.
If you are watching his shows and you're paying his bills, you're a fucking loser. You should not support this guy. He had the opportunity to make serious money to entertain you, and he wouldn't do it. But you're gonna still fucking give him $200? You're gonna give him $50 to pay his fucking bills? Nah, you got a job. You keep your money. Fuck that guy. Hello? Purnell?
That is business related, and I do still have it.
WWE champion time.
Go, 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 go. Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. I love it. Go, 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 go. By eBay. Hell! It's been tough. I always think that it's my fault. Drinking gin. Yep, I'm toxic. I love Hulk Hogan's dick. My ass is so fucking stretched.
Oh, no you didn't, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
For now?
Go, 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 go. Thanks for the money, stupid fuck. I love it. Go, 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 go. By eBay. Hell! Hateful slurs. Lame brain pieces of dumb fucking hateful slurs.
Why am I toxic?
I love it.
Hey, Mr. Purnell, you there?
I am present.
Right, I understand. He's claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35.
It's Kevin's fault.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tips goal on the stream? And why does he have to mention if it's a slow day for contributions? And why does he have to bring that up? Big ups to your dad. And a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes. Pay my utilities. Pay my mortgage. Pay my internet bill. Pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes. And only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes. Pay my back taxes, I pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. I'm a positive guy. I focus on positivity. I tell you guys every day on my stream, I'm not a person who revels in hurting others to get over. I will put out positive, fun gameplay content for you guys, and I will continue to be successful that way. And if I fail, I fail, but at least at the end of the day, I can say, hey, it was a slow day. It's been a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes, and only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I need to pay bills over the weekend. I appreciate those who contribute in any way, but please, if you can tip me, do that rather than these super chats and membership. I need that way more, okay?
Why do I say I'm not a children's entertainer? Because I'm not a Muppet. I'm not here to play a character. I'm not here to pretend that I'm something that I'm not. I don't dye my hair. I don't act stupidly constantly to get attention from children. I don't do stupid pranks. You know what I mean? I don't cause drama. I'm here just to play games and have fun. I'm a legitimate gamer. Big ups to your dad. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Act and talk a certain way with certain mannerisms, certain over-the-top reactions, screaming at the top of their lungs, jumping, flailing, doing weird things, constantly on camera. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth, squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. I need banana, tasty banana. Put banana in my mouth, tasty banana. I need banana, tasty banana. Please the peel it comes in there. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth. Squeeze banana. Put banana in my mouth.
When we hit the 250 vestry for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
Like exploding in the stream chat. People who, they pretend like they support me. They pretend like they're positive, and they're not. They're shitheads. They sit here and they sneak this, and they say underhanded things. They try to literally bring up, either detractor memes or literal drama shit every day. They do it on purpose so that they can try to derail the shit that I'm doing on my streams, you know? And it just gets to the point where it's so frustrating. I just want to have fun, man. I really just want to fucking have fun. That's it. That's all I want to do is have fun with you guys. Fun, 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 fun. Way more fun, 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 fun. I just want to have fun, 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 fun. Way more fun, 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 fun. I just want to have no taxes, bills to pay. Nice chill stream today. You're having a fun and interactive time with me, and you're finding entertainment, positivity, and value in it. Then the support should just come naturally. Okay? I just want to have fun, 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 fun. Way more fun, 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 fun. I just want to have fun, 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 fun. Way more fun, 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 fun. Here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say, you know?
Right now, for the next week, I'm literally strapped for cash. The only money I'll have is tips coming in on the streams. And that, by the way, I have to raise money to pay 2 big bills next week. All my utilities are due next week. So now in the next few days, I have to raise money to pay my utilities. And then, you know, see what I mean? Like, this is how it is for me. Yet these shitheads out there want to fucking fuck with me behind the scenes, ruin all kinds of financial shit for me. Then on top of that, make stuff up to try to make me sound like a terrible person on the internet.
To make money, I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to
Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes. I have to pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill.
I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills,
Bitch.
pay Ben
Taxes,
I have to pay Ben bills.
bitch. Day to day, tips to tips, to pay bills and things. Eventually things will get better. But kind of stuck right now with how things are.
That's why I'm trying to make money. I have to pay Ben bills. You know, I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben bills. I have to pay Ben
Taxes,
bills. I have to pay Ben bills.
I have to, if you want to sit here and you want to pretend like you're holier than thou, I'm better than those content creators, man. Because I have a job where I work 9 to 5 and I bust my ass at my job and I earn a paycheck, man. And then I come home, see? I'm not on the internet begging for money all day, man. See, I'm better than them, man. No, you're not any better. Everyone's the same. No one's better than anybody else. Get your ass out there and fucking work, bitch.
Oh, you're right. You will take the ban. You're absolutely right. You will take the ban. You'll take the ban hard right in your fucking ass. Get the fuck out. You're supposed to be someone I trust, and you're gonna be a dickhead and go behind my back and hurt me and insult me. Get the fuck out. You'll take the ban real hard right up the finger.
I'm just going to
Band.
Why am I toxic?
Band. Gone.
bitch. Fuck you and your mother. Fuck the trolls, bitch.
My balls smell. I don't jar.
I'm just going to
Band.
Why am I toxic?
Band. Gone.
bitch. Fuck you and your mother. I'm just going to fuck you and your mother. That's right. This is the United States of Phil. I am the supreme being. I make the rules. What I say goes. This is my land. A nice lean-in manual. Now, just because I can, I'll issue a lean-in manual ban.
Band.
Why am I toxic?
Band. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother. Fuck the trolls, bitch. Now, just because I can, I'll issue a lean-in manual ban.
Band.
Why am I toxic?
Band. Gone.
Bitch, fuck you and your mother. I'm just going to fuck you and your mother.
Alright guys, how about this? How about everyone relax and let me play the fucking game and stop derailing my stream? Maybe I don't give a fuck that someone maybe in here who you're accusing of being someone else who was previously banned. Maybe I just want to play the game and I don't fucking care about you guys derailing. Like, there's people watching this stream right now, they're trying to watch me play the game. Here's everyone in the chat. There's someone in the chat who's someone else who might have been previously banned. They might be saying racist things to do that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm looking at the chat for the last 5 to 10 minutes. None of that is happening in the chat. None of it. It's just you guys screaming. My life today is the best I've ever had. And I mean that. Like, every day I feel like is the best day of my life.
Your life is nothing.
I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. emptiness in my life. Oh man, there's something huge missing from my life. I need a large group of friends. All I do is sit around drinking gin all day. Ladies and gentlemen, I play mobile games. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me. I love my life. I have so much fun every single day.
You're bagging.
I love my life. I have so much fun. Everyone hates me.
You're still begging for $10 donations and $20 donations to pay your electric bill, to pay your fucking rent, all right? I get it. I'd hate me too. See you, Phil. Have a good one.
It's been a rough year. Why does Phil always have to mention that there's a tips goal on the stream? And why does he have to mention if it's a slow day for contributions? And why does he have to bring that up? Big ups to your dad. And a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes, and only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. I'm a positive guy. I focus on positivity. I tell you guys every day on my streams, I'm not a person who revels in hurting others to get over. I will put out positive, fun gameplay content for you guys, and I will continue to be successful that way. And if I fail, I fail, but at least at the end of the day, I can say, hey, it was a slow day. It's been a very slow day for support. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I jump on stream. Obviously, I need tips. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Very slow day for support. Been 47 minutes, and only the third tip of the day. I really appreciate that. I need that way more. Pay my taxes, pay my back taxes, pay my utilities, pay my mortgage, pay my internet bill, pay my utilities. Please tip me. I need tips tonight. I need to pay bills over the weekend. I appreciate those who contribute in any way, but please, if you can tip me, do that rather than these super chats and membership. I need that way more, okay? Now it is time. It's a segment that everyone looks forward to, one of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Phil's day off.
What's up, Piggy? Let's get it started.
Big ups to your cat.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pulls and dumb shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today. Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month. Garbage dump, grocery shopping, pay my taxes, pet store, pay my bills, blowing his money on mobile games, blowing his money on this and that. I'm spending all this money buying DoorDash for my business. I need to put disgusting food in the mouths of my family members. Obviously, I need tips. Yes, I spend money on mobile games. Okay? These are my life priorities. Pay my taxes.
It's my day off. Might leave the camera on and jerk off. It's my day off. Spend money on pulls and dumb shit. It's my day off. Might go out with my bitch wife. Can't give me money today.
Obviously, I need tips.
Give me money today.
This is where my fucking money goes to every month.
Shout out to the trolls.
For those who contributed, thank you. It would be great if we get a few more tips. To make up earlier today, we did not hit the hat goal either. It's been a very slow day. It would be great if we could pick it up a little bit with maybe some contributions side with tips. If you can, just saying. You know, I know some people are super chatting or whatever. That helps long term, but right now I really can help. Tomorrow's my day off. The tips I'll have for my day off, you see?
Give me money today.
Act like that, those toxic assholes don't give a shit about anyone else but themselves. They're selfish idiots who just want to get a laugh on someone else's behalf and don't care about the repercussions of their own actions. They think they're protected because they're all anonymous on the internet, right? So here I am with an actual business being destroyed by that toxic behavior. Big ups to your cat. Me. this is all about and what it's always been. Me. I care about nothing in life. Me. Human pieces of shit. Kill yourself. Me. I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. My nigga, I have your IP, I have your name, and I have your address. I have all your fucking personal information. I will come find you in real life.
I'm gonna find out who the fuck you are. Let this be noticed live on the internet. You're fucked and you are done. I'm coming for you.
Me. That's what this is all about and what it's always been. Me. I care about nothing in life. Me. Human pieces of shit. Kill yourself. Me. I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. Me. That's what this is all about and what it's always been. Me. I care about nothing in life. Me. Human pieces of shit. Kill yourself. Me. I don't care about anyone telling me that I need to improve or change. But let me tell you something. When your life is all positive instead of negative, it's a much better situation. And I can tell you that from personal experience. Look at my life now. I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful life with a family, right? Everything here is so much better than what I had before. Why? Because I'm a positive person. That's why. I never would have gotten to where I am today if I just sat there constantly being negative, being angry, being upset, being jealous, crapping on stuff, shitting on stuff, hating, It's such a way, it's not a way to live. But these idiots actually do this and don't know that. I really have to think and I have to hope. These people just don't know better. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time. It's a segment that everyone looks forward to. One of the highest rated segments of all time that I've ever done. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Phil's Day Off.
Hey guys, so Phil should be going live any time now, essentially. Seems to be getting quite ready. It's not essentially repeating the same song. It's on shuffle and it's on loop. But some of these are like playlists where 3 or 4 songs are on the same video. Sometimes Meerkat release videos. I basically downloaded all the music videos from Meerkat's channel. And some videos are like 10 minutes long with 3 or 4 songs on them at the same time. And some are also individual ones. So this one is literally just the Day Off one from Kanye West. If I hit next, for example, it's just level 1. Next is a full EP of level 1, which includes multiple songs. You know. So yeah, Meerkat uploaded some videos with his music stuff where there's like multiple songs on one track. So it's just the way it goes. It's literally random though. It's on shuffle, it's on repeat. So it just cycles through them, and sometimes you hear the same thing twice in a row at times, which is kind of strange, but yeah. Right now you're listening to the level 1, like the full EP of the level 1, which is like a 10-minute song altogether. But yeah, I kind of listening to it, but you're also listening to me because I turned the volume down because I'm a bastard. So just a quick explanation of the bingo card, guys. Siege mode is when Phil talks to you about folding his arms. He kind of folds his arms in a strange huffy way. When he folds his arms, that is siege mode. That's something I borrowed from Piece of Peace, don't tell him. Because he coined that phrase. Oh, Phil is going live right now. Okay guys, you know the drill. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything. Hopefully we get a full house today. We've only got bloody 9 different things to get. There's no snort today, no free space. In fact, I'm going to ignore the fucking snort counter. Fuck it. Today's not about snorts. Today's fucking about bingo and this fucking 9 different things for him to fucking say or do. Fingers crossed, guys. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything. Good fucking luck.
Cowabunga, dudes! How is everyone today?
You gotta be shitting me. He fucking moved the bar back down to the bottom. Are you kidding me on? So do I need to fucking, like, if I undo everything... Hang on. So that should fix it, okay. Hopefully that'll fucking fix it. He actually fucking moved the bar back.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot this again. Welcome to a very special edition of the Level 1 Podcast, because today is a totally tubular, radical marathon, a bodacious series of games, an awesome feast of pizza, and of course, a walk down Ninja Turtles memory lane here on the Level 1 Podcast. It's a marathon event, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Pizza Party. I'm excited. And once again, whenever I get busy doing stuff to prepare for this podcast, I forget to turn on the ghost. All right. How is everyone? Today is Saturday, the 3rd of September, 2022. I am raring to go. If you can't tell, I'm excited. I am very, very pumped for today's special event. All right. Now, this podcast will be an intro to the event. All right. If you're not interested in the history of the Ninja Turtles, you're not going to be interested in the majority of this podcast, but I will cover some usual stuff early on in the podcast to get it out of the way before we get to the history of the Ninja Turtles. So that way, if you wanted to hear the usual housekeeping stuff that I do on the podcast every day, you'll hear that first, and then you can move on. But the majority of this podcast is going to be covering the actual history of the Ninja Turtles through the 1980s and early 90s. They were a pop culture phenomenon. They were insanely popular. I don't even know how to, like, quantify it. Kids went nuts for this. And the funny part about all of this was Ninja Turtles, a bunch of turtles just like ninjas jumping around doing kung fu. This is what's popular. And that's how kind of adults and parents reacted to it. But kids, oh my God, it exploded. And it was all over the place in every form of media you can think. Movies, music, comic books, cartoons, action figures, video games, music. Yes, music. It was wild. And so, what I'd like to do is take you down a brief and abridged history of what I remember about the Ninja Turtles in media, except for video games today on the podcast. And you might say, why except for video games? Well, because we're doing a marathon today. That's a game called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection. That is the history of their video games. Like, it literally covers the entire history of them in gaming. So why cover that on the podcast when we're already about to do it all day long? Instead, we're going to cover the other forms of media, including the way most kids were first exposed to them, the different various versions of the Ninja Turtles from over the years, and things like that. Okay? So, and by the way, Shia says the game actually has artwork from cartoons and comics in it. Definitely today we're going to be checking that out. Today's not just about raw gameplay. It's about a celebration of the Ninja Turtles as a whole, who they are, what they represented at the time in history, and how big they just kind of melded into all kinds of media. All right? So I'm excited for today. I hope that you guys are too. Now, allow me to explain. Today is a marathon stream. What that means is no multiple stream setups. Usually on a normal day, I'll do 2 separate streams with set breaks and the like. We're not doing that today. It's one ongoing stream all day long. Starts now, goes through a podcast, playing some games, having some pizza, playing some more games, eating some more pizza, until basically we're pooped. And let me tell you, this collection has 13 games in it, although admittedly, they're not all unique. Some of these are ports of games that are already in the collection, so do you really want to play the inferior port of the game that they have the real version of? Probably not. Some of the games are actually very similar, just on different consoles. Are we going to play them both? Probably not. But as you'll see, there's still a good amount of unique gaming content in this collection that's going to carry us through the entirety of the day. So, will there be any major breaks? Only if I really need to use the restroom, when the food arrives later for me to get it and get ready to come eat it. But nothing like, there's not going to be like giant half-hour chunks missing from the marathon or anything like that. For the most part, it's me chilling with you guys all day long, talking Ninja Turtles. Okay? Since there's only one stream today, that entails that this stream is my business for today. Normally in a day I would have 2 streams. Since there's only one, I'm still going to leave things like the tips goals the same for the day. It's not going to be like, oh, well, he's doing one stream, so he's doubling the goal to get a reward. No. Here's how it's going to work, okay? $50 raised, Gunner glasses. $100 raised, silly hat you guys get to vote on me to wear. You know I have a ton of hats at this point. I think I have like 12 different hats. We'll talk about what ones you're interested in seeing me wear at 100.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
$150, vest or a jersey. We can talk if you're interested in seeing me wear a football jersey instead of a vest, but we'll get those going. At $200 raised, if we hit that, a second hat, so we'll do a hat swap. And at $250 raised, we'll do a second vest or jersey swap, okay? Now, am I expecting to hit all that? No, but it sure would be great considering I'm not doing 2 streams. Normally I'd have 2 streams where I hit multiple goals. I'm only doing 1 today, all right? Now, in addition to that, if we hit 100 likes on the stream, I'll blow some bubbles. For every additional 100 likes, I'll blow more bubbles. I know that sounds stupid, but people seem to like it. Whatever, I have bubbles here. We'll do that. Every 100 likes, a bubble blow. All right? Also, excuse me. Wait, there was one other thing. Now, what was it? Shit. Crap. Now it popped out of my head for a second. Hold on. It's rare when I have a brain fart, but whatever. We'll talk about it later. If it pops into my head later, we'll mention it. Oh, I remembered it now. Today is a marathon event, okay? When I do marathon events, typically I have higher attendance. I mean, I literally just turned on the podcast. We have almost 300 people. By the time this podcast is over, we'll probably have more. When we start with gameplay later, we'll probably have more, okay? Today would be a prime time, okay? If you were thinking of supporting DSP Gaming via memberships, and that means either becoming a member for the first time, gifting a membership, or renewing your membership, today would be the best day to do it. Why? There's going to be a lot more people on the stream. A lot of people have the ability and able to accept a gifted membership. We are trying to get this channel back up to where it was before all the trolling of last month. Remember, we lost some 300 members because of trolling. And I have a positive update in regards to that this morning. Finally, after almost 2 weeks, I have a positive update. It's not necessarily the best update or the update I would have loved to give you, but it's still an update that's a positive thing in the right direction. And I'll talk about that in just a moment. So, rest assured, today would be a great day if someone were looking to support this channel, especially via gifted memberships. There's going to be a lot of people on this channel who would absolutely appreciate that, and they're ready to accept. Okay? You know what? I'm just gonna go out on my way and explain it now. All right? I can't give you the full details of what's going on with the false copyright strikes against this channel because even I don't have them. YouTube is very cryptic when it comes to giving any kind of information regarding any of this stuff. Okay? However, here's what I can tell you, because here's the thing. Once these strikes are fully cleared, I'm in the clear to talk about them.
Oh, we have a bingo, he said. Absolutely. Kyle spotted that. Cheers, Kyle. I don't know if anyone else spotted it as well, but Kyle did anyway, so we have a bingo already. Excellent stuff.
I can't talk about them now because they're still in limbo, but they are on the way of getting cleared up, which I'll explain in a moment. But let me tell you guys something. Once this situation is cleared up, I'm going to tell you everything that happened, and I've had enough of this bullshit, all right? I'm putting my foot down, and I am going to lay down the fucking law, and yeah, it's going to be pretty entertaining. Let's put it that way. When you see what really happened, I am going to fully explain how you cannot abuse copyright law on YouTube and get away with it, all right? Because it's enough is enough with this bullshit, okay? Anyway, we're not there yet. We're getting there. Here's the update. As of this, well, I should say this. As of yesterday, everything on this channel was still kind of just exactly the same as it had been a week and a half ago. Now, I had issued counter notifications against these false copyright strikes against me immediately. Like the moment they came in and hit me, I immediately issued counter notifications. And what had happened is that the status had gone from, okay, you issued counter notifications to, okay, so now it's in a situation where YouTube is reviewing the situation and they're going to come to a determination. That's what it sat at, I'm not kidding, for about a week. As of yesterday, I'm like, how did this not change in a week? I don't understand. How does this situation frozen and they're not giving me updates? I'm pissed. I want to know what's going on with these false strikes. I want them removed. So yesterday I contacted YouTube again. And I explained this to them. I said, it's been a week. You guys haven't done anything. I want to know what's going on. So they claimed they would get back to me. They haven't as of yet, But as of this morning, the status changed. All of a sudden, because I reached out to them again, the status has now changed that it's the last chance for this troll to actually sue me. They would actually have to go to a court of law, all right, and prove somehow that I violated copyright and that they have a right to sue me for it. They would then have to provide proof of a lawsuit against me to YouTube in order to have these strikes stand.
No, that's not going to happen, okay? That is definitely not going to happen. I don't know how much I can say about this. I don't know if the guy fucking wants me to fucking say this or not, so I better be careful what I fucking say. The person that claimed it was their copyright had no right to claim it was their copyright. Because the guy that pretended that he made the intro did not make the intro. I know who made the intro that he claimed. And so I went and the guy told me, the guy that made the intro for Phil told me that he did not copyright strike Phil. So someone else pretended they made the intro and copyright struck Phil. So there's no way the guy can prove it's his shit because he has no evidence at all that it's his stuff. He just chanced his luck essentially and messed with Phil. So that's as much as I can say about it. I don't want to say more just in case the guy doesn't want to fucking reveal too much, but the guy that made that fucking intro originally that got claimed did not have anything to do with striking Phil. That's all I know about it. So there's no way the guy's going to fucking try and get to sue Phil because he has no leg to stand on here. I just want to make that perfectly fucking clear. So Phil should be perfectly fucking alright at this point in time.
So, in summary, these strikes are not going to stand. The troll didn't have a legal leg to stand on to fucking begin with, so they can't sue me. If they were to go to a lawyer and try to file a lawsuit, the lawyer would be like, nope, you don't have grounds to sue. Sorry, you're wasting your time. So, the good news is these strikes absolutely are getting cleared up. They're not sticking. I don't have to wait 3 months. They're going to be gone. The bad news is I don't know how long, and let me explain why. If YouTube had done their job and did this right away, like they're supposed to, you're supposed to be 10 business days. And if you do the math, that's about 2 weeks roughly because you factor in weekends are not business days. Well, they didn't change the status till this morning. This morning, even though I filed the counter notifications over a week ago. So did they just sit on this and not do anything for a week? I don't know. Or could it be that they didn't update the status till I asked, and now that it's updated, it was already counting down the 10 business days from when I issued the counter notifications? I have no idea. I literally have no clue, and there's no way to tell. But we're on the right track, meaning these are going to be cleared up at the latest in 2 weeks, but maybe sooner, okay? So rest assured, DSP Gaming is not going anywhere. The strikes are being removed. It was all bullshit to begin with. What a shocking surprise, right? And everything is back to business as normal. So that's why I'm trying to tell you guys, you can now rest assured memberships are going to go to the channel. You're going to get your membership value out of it. You don't have to worry that the channel's going to go away because these are not valid. YouTube has acknowledged that and saying, well, if they want to try to sue you, go ahead, but they're going to clear these strikes up, okay?
The problem is that nobody fucking renewed the membership that was gifted to them because they didn't fucking want to. They could have fucking done it at any point to the first half of August, the first 3 weeks of August. They had chances to renew the memberships if they wanted to, and yet he ignored all this completely. I mean, all those people that had those memberships expire did not want to renew it throughout that month. The drama at the end had very little to do with it, in my opinion. But it's just Phil being Phil.
Yeah, money, oh, money, yeah, money.
Thank you very much, Brad Burney, for a super chat. It says, if he hates YouTube so much, he can just leave. Exactly. He's not going to. He has to rely on them, you know. It's just one of those things. He'll shit in his own bed, but he also comfortably stay in its warmth, you know. But yeah, he cannot afford to leave YouTube. Let's make that perfectly clear. Even like the residual income he gets, you know, like the random ad revenue from 70 odd, it's like 60 odd thousand videos, 70,000 videos or some nonsense on his channel. You know, residual ad revenue all adds up, and it still gets thousands of dollars a month from YouTube. It's still very good money to just walk. You know, you can't walk away from that. He's winning about $3,500 from YouTube this month instead of the usual $4,500 or $5,000. It's still a lot of change in your pocket. But yeah, Phil's going to pretend this is a big W for him because the copyright strikes are going to probably clear quite soon for him. I mean, the guy had no leg to stand on anyway that was claiming. Now, to be fair, the copyright claims were genuine. I made a video on this, I covered it on my channel, I showed links to the intros, just the videos that got claimed. Some of the first 12 videos in February of this year were all claimed by the same person, some random person called Ray Collins. At least that's what the message said whenever he went to those videos. The rest of the videos with that intro in them, Phil deleted from his channel, just to protect himself in case those got claimed as well. I did a whole video showing this to, you know, for people just to see. So Phil definitely did get targeted by someone in some capacity about things getting copyright claimed. But it's one of those things where the guy had no leg to stand on at all in this, you know. Phil was just worried that he was going to get hit multiple times, which might result in some bad news for his channel. His big fear was getting hit like 3, 4, 5 times, all these multiple ones coming in at once, and just this channel just gets inundated with all these random claims. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Phil's got this in his head that it's him against the trolls. We just cover his nonsense. I don't want anything to do with like messing with Phil directly, because it's so much fun just to watch him, you know, sabotage himself. Phil is the biggest enemy to himself. You know, he is his own worst enemy. Anything Phil decides is a good idea is usually a bad idea. Him mass deleting a bunch of videos again on his channel because his copyright claims is him self-sabotaging. You know, he has just really hurt his metrics a wee bit there because he went and got rid of several dozens of thousands of views, like tens of thousands of views, all gone just like that. It's not as bad as in 2015, you know, mass deletion of content, but, you know, he's made the same mistake again. History repeated itself. Anyway, I'm going to go 1.25 speed. We're a wee bit behind.
Okay. So, please consider becoming a member, gifting a membership, or whatever, because the channel needs the help. You know, this channel went boo last month because of this horse shit. And it's not fair. It's not fair that I get concretely hurt, and my business this coming month will have way less revenue now because I lost all those memberships because people were afraid. You didn't have to be afraid, but I don't blame you. I can't sit here and be like, oh, you know, you shouldn't have been, you know. No, it's valid. It's a valid concern when people are abusing copyright and you're afraid that something's going to happen and you're not going to get your value out of your membership. I hear you. All right. But as of now, all right, things are good. Things are going to go fine. And I don't want anyone to worry about that. We're on the right track. Finally, we're on the right track with these strikes. All right. So that's really all I want to say. The only other thing that I want to say before we get to the history of the Ninja Turtles is a quick summary of the schedule coming up for the rest of the week, because I am here all the way through Wednesday. Here's what's coming up on DSP Gaming. Today, obviously, the Cowabunga Pizza Party Marathon. All right, we already ordered the pizza. The pizza's actually ordered. It'll be made around dinner time. It's coming, so around 4 p.m. Pacific time, the pizza's coming. And I'm going to have it here for dinner, and I'm going to have more of it over the course of the rest of the stream. So basically, the pizza shows up halfway through. The second half of the show, I'll be having a pizza party with all of you guys. Okay, it's too early. It's 11 a.m. and I'm going to have pizza now. Okay? So there you go. Awesome.
Yay, so there you go, it's another bingo. Bottom left, there we go, diagonal line. We are 4 away from a full house, well, there's only 9 altogether, but I'm still quite happy about the fact we're only 4 away. We've got over half the board filled.
Now, what's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow we go back to regularly scheduled gameplay. The first stream will be Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed as we head into the 4th city out of 5 in the game. See how far we can get. I mean, the plot is still cringeworthy, but man, the gameplay is all right, and the graphics are pretty good. So I hope that you guys will tune in tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, it is Sunday Night Bites, Bassmaster Fishing 2022, my weekly chill Bassmaster stream, okay? How does it work? We relax, I catch fish, we talk, we interact. And if we hit a certain funding level, $100 raised, I put on a fisherman's hat, and every week, you'll be picking a fishing lure to add to my hat, so that every week it'll be a new kind of addition and an ongoing interactive thing, okay? Now, if you're not aware, I talked about this yesterday. I have something special planned for tomorrow. Okay? So I hope you'll join me tomorrow for Bassmaster. Something special for that stream. I'm not spoiling. I'm just gonna say there's something special lined up for that stream, and I hope you'll give it a look. Okay? Monday, the continuation of Saints Row 1 on the first stream, and then it's going to be Midnight Fight Express on the late stream. Midnight Fight Express is about 8 hours long. I played 4 hours in. I love the game. I've unlocked tons of new combat abilities. Excellent, you know, hand-to-hand stuff, great new enemies, new stages unlocking every single time I play it. Some funny writing, actually. Last time had a really cool reference to game development in general, because this game is made by only one person. He's razzing AAA studios that constantly have issues with crunch and shit. And on top of all that, a kicking soundtrack. This is an excellent game. I wish I had more time to play it. I've only been able to play it once a week for the last 2 weeks. This week, my goal is to finish it. Okay? So, I'm excited to play it again on Monday night. Tuesday, the conclusion of Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. All right, what it's going to be? is basically the final world or whatever, and wrapping it up. The game's short. From what I'm understanding, the game's only around 10 to 12 hours long. We're 6 hours in. We're definitely going to beat it on Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, it's going to be multiverses. Now, originally, there was supposed to be a new character in multiverses. It was supposed to be Gizmo, but they delayed him. They delayed him until later in the week, which means we will not get to play with Gizmo right away. And Gizmo from Gremlins will be next week, I guess. So we'll just play it normally, and likely I'll play a lot more Velma. I played Velma from Scooby-Doo last week, and I love this character. She kicks ass. She's ranged. She has some decent up-close moves. She's a pretty good character, and I can't wait to play with her again. Okay? So that should be cool. And then, on Wednesday, my final streaming day of the week, more Saints Row, as we're probably at that point heading probably to the 2/3 into the game, and more Midnight Fight Express. My plan is to beat Midnight Fight Express on Wednesday night. So if everything goes according to plan this week, both Destroy All Humans 2 and Midnight Fight Express will be done. This will leave room for Splatoon 3 next week, as well as something else. What is that something else? We have many options. We can try Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is the new Animal Crossing style game from Disney. Now, I don't know how many features it has or how much content it's going to have, because apparently this is an early access version. It's not the full version yet. It's on Game Pass. Or we could start up Earthbound, which is a game that I told you guys I wanted to play over the course of the summer. We didn't get to it yet. Maybe we could start up Earthbound as a playthrough. We'll talk about this over the course of the week and determine it by the end of the streaming week what we want to do next, okay? All right. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, I feel is now time. We've enough suspense. I've been doing this for 15, 20 minutes already. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Marathon. So what we're going to do is go down memory lane talking about the history of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all right? As someone who was a kid in the 1980s and a younger kid, adolescent in the 90s, they were huge. They were ginormous. And my...
Okay, fuck this. I'm going 1.5 speed. Fuck this, man. There's no way. I would go... Actually, do people want 2 times speed? We will probably catch up in no time to fill if we're in 2 times speed. I'll go 1.5 for now, and if enough people ask for 2 times speed, I will do 2 times speed. But we're not that far behind. We're only like 5 minutes behind.
First exposure to the Ninja Turtles all began with a little cartoon show that actually used to run in the mornings, okay? And it was funny because back then, this is how cartoons work, because you guys might not be aware how cartoons work back in the day. So cartoons worked in this manner, all right?
No, I'm going 2 times speed. I'm going 2 times speed. Although we'll probably catch up to live, Phil, and then we'll be able to fast forward again. But as soon as I heard him say that, Jesus Christ, man.
By the way, this is not the real Derek, this is an imposter, so I'm just going to go ahead and ban him now. The fake Derek, I banned him. Okay, here's how they worked back then. During the weekdays, in the morning, they would run a cartoon on regular television, usually, and it was basically for kids before they were going to school. They would watch this cartoon show before they would go to school. Basically, you're getting ready, and then maybe your parents are getting ready to take you to school or whatever, and so they run cartoons because you have something to watch. What would happen is, those would be reruns. Usually, episodes that have already aired, and you've already seen, but you still like watching the same show every morning, especially if it was one of your favorite shows. Saturday mornings when they aired the new shows. So I actually remember, I got into Ninja Turtles a little late. My friends at school already had liked the Ninja Turtles, and had told me about them, and I had never heard of Ninja Turtles. Well, turtles that are ninjas doesn't make sense. Turtles are slow creatures, and how could they be ninjas? And of course, they're like, listen, just check it out. It's on in the mornings on this channel, you should check it out. So I did, and instantly I kind of fell in love with the show. It's 4 turtles, each have a completely different personality. Leonardo is this kind of do-gooder leader. Donatello is kind of the brainiac, nerdy guy who does inventions and things for the team. Raphael's more of the tough guy, sarcastic guy. And then, of course, you've got Michelangelo, the party dude, who talks like a surfer. So each of them have a totally different personality, and together they form this kind of super team of ninjas fighting against the Foot Clan, which is a group of, at first you think, crime, like a crime ring of ninjas, head by a guy named the Shredder. What you find out is they're not. They're robots. They're actually mass manufactured by an alien named Krang, and he's trying to invade planet Earth. He's creating other mutants like the Ninja Turtles to fight them, and essentially he's trying to find ways to take over New York City and then the world, but the Ninja Turtles keep thwarting him time after time. So it's funny because at first you think the Shredder's kind of the big bad of the show throughout the first maybe 5-6 episodes, and then come to find out really Krang is the guy behind everything, and they kind of, Shredder and Krang for the rest of them on. Not to say that there's not a wide cast of characters that the show explores. There's always a new mutant, there's always a new challenge, an alien, someone crossing over from a dimension, a new crime ring. There's always something going on in New York City that the Ninja Turtles are trying to thwart and stop and basically save the day while they keep their identity secret and they hide in the sewers underneath the city streets. The running gag of the Ninja Turtles is that they love pizza. They eat it all the time. It's their favorite food. And of course, as the show went on, they would eat weirder and weirder pizzas. Like, for example, pepperoni, marshmallow, and gummy worms. Like weird shit like that. And they would love it. For some odd reason, you would think, oh, they're turtles. Maybe they like anchovies. No, they want the weirdest shit, like put, roast beef and graham crackers and paprika on their pizza. You know what I mean? So it was kind of a running gag on the show. But because the Ninja Turtles' favorite food was pizza, pizza ended up becoming insanely popular during the time that this show became popular on TV. Every kid wanted pizza, and this is when you actually saw delivery pizza explode in the United States. Places like Domino's and stuff started becoming insanely prominent because everyone wanted pizza all the time because of this freaking show. All right? So this is really where the origins of Ninja Turtles started in the popular vein of American culture. But you may say, is that actually where the Ninja Turtles started? They were a cartoon show? The answer is no. You may not realize this. But the Ninja Turtles were originally an actually adult-themed, dark comic book from Eastman and Laird. I think it was Peter Eastman and Kevin Laird. If I remember, it was Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. I think Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. One's the writer, one's the artist, okay? And the original comic books had gore. And they were purposely drawn in black and white to hide the gore. So the Ninja Turtles would be fighting the Foot Clan ninjas and slashing them with swords and stabbing them with knives, and there would be actually spurts of blood and cuts all over people's bodies. But because it was black and white, it didn't actually show the blood. Now this comic book kind of took inspiration from some of the darker comics of the time, like Dark Horse comics, or even like the Daredevil runs of the time in Marvel Comics. And it definitely had that kind of darkened, tone to it. It wasn't meant for kids. So how this comic somehow got turned into a kiddie cartoon show, I'm sure there was some crazy story, some behind the scenes deal there, right? Of how they can convert it into something that's more PC friendly. I'll give you an example.
I mean, it's not that fucking strange. I'm pretty sure. 2 seconds, guys. I had to clear my throat there, so I'm using myself. Anyway, I'm pretty sure there was a big pushback in, when was it? I'm thinking Adam West's Batman was so silly, but it was intentionally silly because they weren't allowed to make it all dark and gritty. Like, they had to intentionally try and make it silly and not as serious because there was some big pushback against, you know, the effect of comic books on kids or whatever. So instead of it being all super serious and so things like that, you know, I can't even mind if there was some sort of like actual authority that deemed things like that fucking, you know, not allowed. But it's perfectly understandable that they would have to try and, you know, make it more child friendly if they're going to try and import that kind of thing to some TV demographic. So, I don't know, it's perfectly understandable to me. I don't know why Phil's going to his mind saying, I don't know why he changed it so much, you know, to be a cartoon. Obviously, they're trying to make it child friendly.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for a super chat. It says, Robocop had a goddamn kids cartoon, what is he on? Exactly, yeah, Phil. Phil being Phil. Cobain says, it was making fun of dark gritty comics like The Dark Knight and stuff that was coming out at the time, and it blew up after that in popularity. I remember those days of comics, and of course Phil being the poser comic fan / gamer. Exactly, good point from Cobain. But as I'm saying, I'm pretty sure I read it, you know, things. I'm not a big comic book person, you know, so I don't want to try and pig explain it incorrectly. But from my understanding, Adam West was, you know, legitimately made child friendly because they didn't want to. Well, they could not be as real as what the comic kind of stuff was at the time.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Bart Wells, for Super Chat. It says, back in the 80s, cartoons could be made to sell toys. Laws were put in place later to prevent that from specifically happening. I don't think that worked too well. Because you see it all the time, anything that comes out, whether it's like a cartoon or a popular children's movie or whatever, they're always going to have something in it so that they can try and monopolise and make money off of merchandise. You just talk about, you know, actual products specifically appearing in these cartoons. Like it's, you know, a child's holding like some action figure in cartoon form. The toys came out before the cartoon, says Warren. Clyde Dale saying they got around those laws with educational things at the end. As I'm saying, I don't actually know a huge amount about this, but I understand the fact that there was some sort of pushback on things like, you know, as I said, the Batman's the most prominent example I can think of, and people make fun of the Adam West Batman all the time just for being so goofy, but it had to be intentionally goofy just to kind of make it more appealing, I guess, overall to a wider audience. Clydale's asking me, you ever heard the G.I. Joe knowing is half the battle phrase? Oh yeah, I've heard that before, yeah. I understand that reference. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. When I was growing up, when I was a kid growing up, you know what 2 comics I read when I was growing up as a kid? Actually, it was like 3 actually, maybe 4. So I wasn't into the DC universe or Marvel universe when I was growing up. There was the Dandy and the Beano were the 2 big ones I read growing up. A lot of UK kids growing up that was my age were into the Dandy and the Beano. It's just it was the kind of 2 big ones at the time. Dennis the Menace and all that, and Desperate Dan, those 2 different kind of figures. And then what else was it? Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog was pretty big, and I think they had his own wee comic thing as well. So I liked that. And because I liked football as well, there was some comic football series called The Hurricanes. So I read that as well. Those are like the 4 big things I can remember. Oh, sorry, Clyde Dale got back to me about the G.I. Joe thing. Sorry, 2 seconds, I just missed it in chat. Clyde Dale says there's a little section they'd put in to give the show educational content so they could use it to sell toys for the rest of the show, as did many other shows. I see, actually, now I've seen it. I can remember things like that appearing in some cartoons randomly, and I always thought it was kind of random, but Prophet says he read Playboy and Hustler, no surprise there. Probably still does. Dashi read Dandy, 2000 AD, and DC stuff. Okay, fair play. But the Bruins, of course, the Bruins only Ace Barley. I used to like, I was like, my mum and dad would like, you know, have a Sunday Post, you know, Scottish newspaper, a Sunday Post. I'll just immediately go to Our Willie the comic, the wee section in the Sunday Post, Our Billy, and just read that wee Scottish comic. But anyway, that's like on a random tangent. But yeah, I mean, Phil, I just love Phil trying to explain things when he's not really too fully clued up in it. It just makes himself look a bit daft. At least I don't pretend to you guys I know something. I pretend to know something anyway. I'm up front with my stupidity, you know. And quite a few of you guys are far more smarter than I in several subjects, and I don't mind that whatsoever. I don't mind bowing my head to other people's superior knowledge on some things, but Phil is like, nah, he's when he grew up with stuff, he has to be the authority and expert in it.
In the comic, the Foot Clan are human. The Foot Clan are actually teenagers working for the Shredder. The Shredder's kind of like this cult leader, indoctrinating teens, and then the teens work for him and do all these crimes. So when the Ninja Turtles fight them, there's blood going all over the place. In the cartoon, the Foot Clan ninjas are robots. So it was okay for the Ninja Turtles to be violent in the cartoon because you're not hurting anyone. All you're doing is destroying machines. And they did. They would regularly blow the Foot Clan soldiers up all the time, and the kids were like, yay, but no one got hurt. So the parents would be like, okay, it's not that bad. So you see, there's certain things they changed to be more PC and more kiddie friendly. For example, the tone. The cartoon is comedic. There's never anything too super serious. No one's ever going to die or get seriously hurt. At the end of the day, there's all jokes and things. There's always slapstick humor with Krang and Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady, the two main villain mutants. In the comics, there's constant threat that someone's going to get hurt. Sometimes the turtles did get seriously hurt, other characters. It was definitely a different tone to it, okay? But then, when this cartoon took off, all right, obviously now, there's now a demand for these characters that started off as comic book characters to have a comic book that the kids can read. Because you don't want your kids reading the ultra-violent Eastman and Laird originals. So they actually made a new comic book series that I started to read called the Archie Comics Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. As you can see, boy did this change the tone of what the Ninja Turtles were in a comic book. It was very cartoony. It actually, the first few issues told the story of the origin of the Ninja Turtles almost frame for frame from the cartoons. So it's kind of like a retelling of the first few episodes of the cartoon in comic book form. But then over time, the comic book went on to have a life of its own and had its own original stories, original plots, and yes, even original characters created for the comics. And sometimes, and this was kind of neat, the characters from the show or the comics would actually cross over. There'd be a character you saw in the show, all of a sudden now they're into the comic. Or vice versa, there's a really neat character in the comic, oh my god, now they're on a random television show. And it's really cool to see that crossover. If you were reading the comic, you would see that crossover to the show or vice versa. There was continuity almost, right? So I like this comic, and I read it for a couple of years actually. I say probably 2-3 years almost. I probably had 20, 30 issues of it until finally I kind of fell out of love with it because I started reading more serious comics like the X-Men and Spider-Man and stuff like that. So this wasn't as appealing to me anymore, okay? But in reality, it's the Ninja Turtles that got me into comic books because I was watching the show and then I had a crossover into the Archie Comics storylines, okay? Now, we all knew with the popularity of the Ninja Turtles, there was no way they were just going to be a television show. So they crossed over to all forms of media and all forms of merchandise. And by far, one of the ginormously biggest things about the Ninja Turtles in the late 80s and early 90s was the Ninja Turtles action figures. They were so popular, they were in every store, and there was so many of them. At first, they just started off with the basics. The 4 turtles, their Master Splinter, the Shredder, the Foot Soldier, Bebop and Rocksteady, who were the enemy mutants, you know, that worked for Krang. And yes, eventually Krang was a giant robot action figure and stuff like that. But once they saw the popularity of the Ninja Turtles take off, oh my god. Essentially, any character you could turn into an action figure was turned into an action figure. You had periphery characters like the Rat King and Metalhead, the Robot Ninja Turtle. You had the Rock General from Dimension X crossing over. You had because they weren't ninjas, the Warrior Frogs like Napoleon Bonafrog. All right, variations because you had a Walker Krang as well as the big robot body Krang. You had Baxter Stockman, not his human form for the early versions in the show, but also the mutated Fly version. You had spin-off characters like Usagi Yojimbo, who actually had his own comic line along with the Ninja Turtles at one point. And then because the Ninja Turtles got so popular, they interjected the character into the Ninja Turtles cartoon. He became more popular, all right? So you saw spin-off after spin-off, character after character. It was funny because half the time I go to the store and look at the figures, like, who's that? How did I ever even seen them in the cartoon? And then all of a sudden, they'd be in the cartoon that season. Oh, kind of interesting. How they tied everything in together like that, right? Now, in addition, we're not just talking action figures, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta talk about accessories. The Ninja Turtles had so many accessories. Starting off with the original Turtle van, which I believe they called it like the Party Mobile, but it's the Turtle van. That's what everyone called it. That's what it was called in the show. The original Turtle van was pretty neat because it had some features that other things didn't have. You know, I was into G.I. Joes and Transformers. They were very basic back in the day. The Turtle van had action features. For example, a door on the side of the van that would flip out and become this accessory door you could sit in a turtle on to kind of fight when the van was driving by things. It had missiles and bombs that you could launch out of it to do stuff. And it had all these cool guns and accessories on the front. The funny part about it was, this looks cool, right? This Turtle van looks really cool. It's like a toy kid would play with. The funny part about it was, pretty much none of this was actually functional in normal play. The moment that van hits something, all that shit falls off the van. I mean it. The guns, the door pops right off, falls all over the place. So, Turtle van, we're getting into a crash. Boom, whole thing explodes, disassembles. Now you gotta build the thing up again. So it was funny because most kids lost all those accessories within like a day of playing with the goddamn thing. They were under a couch, you know, they went to some crevice under a carpet, like the dog or cat ran away with one because they all fell off. But it was still a fun ass accessory to have because it was in the show since day one. They had the Turtle van, and now to have a part of that show as part of the toys you were playing with was really neat. Now, of course, you know, tons of extra things, tons of things going on, but I would argue the biggest one was the Technodrome. The Technodrome was actually the base of the evil alien invaders from Dimension X with Krang, his rock warlords, and many other characters that crossed over in the show. This was really neat because not only was it like a vehicle, but it was a base. It actually had missiles and things that shot out of it. That giant eyeball you see at the top would roll off the top down as a projectile. It was kind of random where it would go. You press the button, you didn't know it was going to go straight, or so you try to set up characters in front of it, see if you hit them with it and stuff. The thing would open. And inside, it's 2 halves of a giant sphere. It's a whole playset. It's like you've invaded the Technodrome, and in one room you got a trap, and in one room you got it set up. It was really neat. And another cool thing was, this is good for storage. When you're done playing with your figures, you cram them all in there, close it, and you got a storage container to put all your Ninja Turtles action figures into, so you don't lose all your accessories and stuff. So it's kind of dual purpose. And I had this. I love this thing. This thing was super fun to play with back in the day. The funny part is, of course, all the things I'm showing you today, like this Technodrome, this Turtle van, the original figures. If you have the originals in pristine condition, they're worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I shit you not. I found this one selling on eBay for $875, pristine, new in box. That's how crazy people go for these collectibles these days. So, Ninja Turtles were a huge cartoon, a popular comic book series. Tons of action figures and accessories were selling like crazy. Video games, which again, we don't need to go into the history of the games, we already will later today when I check out the Cowabunga collection. But of course, there was other merchandising too. I remember Food Time Pizza Hut had a giant tie with Ninja Turtles. If you buy certain Ninja Turtles like merch and accessories, you get coupons to go to Pizza Hut. And I actually had one. Get a free personal pan pizza. So I went to Pizza Hut, got a free pizza. Then you buy the kids meal and you get a Ninja Turtles cup. You take the cup home, you drink it out of the Ninja Turtles cup. More merchandising. There were T-shirts. There were I had Ninja Turtles backpacks probably 2 years when I was going to elementary school. That was my backpack in school. Ninja Turtles. Okay. They were so popular. Of course, there was disgusting things too, like Ninja Turtles puffed corn or rice snacks. They were supposed to taste like pizza. They didn't. They tasted gross. They had a disgusting like fake tomato flavor to them. They don't taste like pizza sauce. No, it doesn't. It's nasty. I already told you this story when I played the Shredder's Revenge collection or the Shredder's Revenge game a couple months ago. But they actually had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pudding pies. Now you know how they sell those fruit pies. It's like a big pastry with some kind of fruit like blueberry, raspberry, apple inside, or sometimes you get one with like vanilla pudding or flavored pudding. They had one that was coated in a green frosting with green pudding on the inside that they claimed was mutagen. That shit was disgusting. Like sugar on sugar on sugar. It had no flavor but sugar. You're like sucking mutagen out of a pastry container. And the kids were eating them. Oh, it's Ninja Turtles. I want that, Daddy. Please give this to me, Daddy. No, don't give your children that shit. But they did. I had it. Oh my God, it was disgusting. Now, of course, what happens when something has permeated pop culture so much? I'll tell you what happens. Hollywood gets a hold of it and they gotta make a movie.
Sorry, allow me to do something random just to hear him repeat something. I'm just wondering if this can be abused by other people, him saying this.
I want that, Daddy. Of a pastry container. And the kids were eating them.
So, out of context, just imagine Phil saying this.
Oh, it's Ninja Turtles. I want that, Daddy. Please give this to me, Daddy.
I want that, Daddy. Please give this to me, Daddy. I'm just like that. Just imagine that out of context.
And the kids were eating them. Oh, it's Ninja Turtles.
So, out of context, on its own.
I want that, Daddy. Please give this to me, Daddy.
There you go. That's all I wanted to do. Okay, back to 2 times speed. I couldn't help it. I heard that and I thought, out of context, I could completely be abused. So have fun with that, guys.
No, don't give your children that shit. But they did. I had it. Oh my God, it was disgusting. Now, of course, what happens when something has permeated pop culture so much? I'll tell you what happens. Hollywood gets a hold of it and they gotta make a movie. So ladies and gentlemen, in 1990, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the live-action movie. This is no cartoon, dudes. That's right, the live-action Ninja Turtles in all of their big animatronic suits, dancing around for the first time ever in live action, doing their quips, doing their all kinds of witty banter. And the movie, admittedly, when I saw it in theaters, the first one, we're going to go through the first movie was actually pretty good. I will say this. I actually really enjoyed it as a kid. My dad was not a fan of the Ninja Turtles. He liked the movie. He liked the Turtles, and you know, he really liked the characters in the movie from the cartoon were more fleshed out. Casey Jones, who used to be just this random crazy vigilante who talked like Dirty Harry in the cartoons, now is a fleshed out character with character motivation. He basically kind of falls in love with April O'Neil. He wants to help the Turtles, even though at first he thinks they're criminals. He realizes they're actually really good guys, and then he realizes he wants to help them stop the Foot Clan. It's actually really cool. It's a well-written movie.
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much, Black Mage, for Super Chat. It says the Technodrome set was $50 in 1990. Not rich though. Yeah, Phil, I think it's pretty perfectly clear to most people, Phil's family was decently well off. They weren't rich, but things that Phil wanted he could usually often get to an extent, which is more than what a lot of kids could say from their upbringings. They couldn't just, upper middle class. That's what I'm saying. Train says upper middle class. That's probably a good shout, I think. Phil's always had his habit, and even when he talks about his childhood, he has this habit. He doesn't look down. Phil does not look down at how much better off he is compared to other people. He's always looking up, even in a YouTube sense as well. He looks at himself, and never mind the fact he's almost got 200k subscribers. No, he always looks up to think of what all the big guys have got. The PewDiePies and the Ninjas and all, he's always looking up to see how better off the other people have it compared to him. And he doesn't see the millions of people behind him that he's, surpassed in numbers and all that shit, because to them they're beneath him, not as worth his time. And it's the same growing up for Phil. Growing up for Phil, it would never mind the fact that all the things that his parents could give him, could provide for him. No, I was out the window because Phil's going to compare himself to the rich kid in class like this. The one rich kid in school, the mega rich kid who could get whatever he fucking wanted. He managed to get this, he managed to get that, he managed to get this. It's like, Phil, we got you a Technodrome, and we got you a Hulk Hogan toy, what more do you want? He's like, wait, but little Bobby Fischer in next class, his dad actually got him tickets, to the wrestling, and Hulk Hogan signed him and all that shit. He's always comparing himself to someone that's better off than him. Always. Yeah. So Phil likes to pretend his parents didn't have that much money. No. It sounds like his parents did have some decent money, and he was the only child as well. It's commonly accepted that the only child does get quite spoiled. That's kind of the running theme of most kind of families. The parents will spoil the only child because it's their only child to spoil. But Phil's always going to try and pretend that he didn't have it as good as other people, because he always looks up rather than looking at how much better off he's got life compared to those beneath him. Or at least how he perceives other people that didn't earn, that weren't as well off as him, as beneath him, so they weren't even worth his time. That's just Phil's always, to me, anytime Phil talks about his childhood, he comes across that way. He's certainly like that now as well.
Actually gritty. It has gore, blood, and swearing. Okay, similar to the original Eastman and Laird comic book. So kids literally went into the movies expecting cartoon Ninja Turtles as live action. And what they got was a much more adult-oriented, serious take on the Ninja Turtles that a lot of people didn't understand. A lot of parents actually didn't like the movie. A lot of parents were used to the cutesy PG Ninja Turtles from the cartoons and were like, we don't understand this. We thought we were coming in to see, something for our small child. And within the first 5 minutes of the movie, Raphael is running through this New York City street, he's screaming, damn, damn, and swearing. That's a swear to a child. To us, we're adults, we don't give a shit. Back then, that was a big deal. I remember hearing that. And parents in the theater were like, oh, cover the Timmy's ears. Oh, a turtle said damn. Oh. Anyway, it was pretty darn good. Although admittedly, there's slow moving and boring parts too. If you like character development and interesting story arcs, the game's probably the game. The movie's quite good. And let me tell you something. For early 1990s technology, the animatronics in this movie are fucking amazing. The turtles look really good. They look like, what would a turtle look like if actually mutated and grew really fucking big? Not bad. Even today, I can watch this movie back and say, the technology's not bad. It looks pretty fucking good. Maybe Splinter not as much, but the turtles look damn good. Their mouths are moving in line with the voice acting and everything. It's good. And action, there's tons of action. There's tons of combat fighting. Like I said, it's serious. It's not cartoony shit. They're actually doing ninjutsu and stuff in these fight scenes against the Foot and the Foot Clan. Our kids again. They're not robots. It's kids. There's no Krang. It's the Shredder and these kids that he's indoctrinated into his cult. So it's got this dark, gritty theme to it. It's really well done. When I say animatronics, I mean the heads. Their heads are animatronic. The suits were real that people were wearing. Yes. So, really good movie. And at the time, of course, it was early 90s. They'd have a soundtrack tie-in with people like Bobby Brown and shit like that. I remember the T-U-R-T-L-E power, T-U-R-T-L-E power, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And there's another song, 9.95, it's the emotion you feel inside. Like that early R&B shit, right? That was the soundtrack of the movie. So, pretty funny. But the movie was good. I loved it. My dad actually liked it. It actually spawned a whole new line of merch. Yes, they had now the Ninja Turtles, the movie, action figures, all 4 turtles, Splinter, Shredder, the Foot Soldier, Tatsu, who was supposed to be like the lieutenant of Shredder. So, after that, you say, well, that's it. If the first movie did well, it did. It was a box office hit. It made tons of money. It was white hot popular. Ninja Turtles were at an all-time high. What are they going to follow that up with? Well, after the first movie came out, a lot of parents complained. They said, listen, we like the Ninja Turtles. We're along for the ride. Our kids love it. But if you're going to make these, you have to make them more kid-friendly. You had swearing. You had violence and gore in the first movie. Adult themes. And even though we enjoyed it as adults, our kids were exposed to something. Some kids had never heard the word damn before. I know that sounds crazy, but some kids had never heard swearing in a movie. They'd never been exposed to that, and they were exposed to it at Ninja Turtles. So, the second movie.
I personally don't buy that line of reasoning. No. There's a whole bunch of kids' movies out there which have had quite adult themes to them before. I think the one example I really like using, which I think I've told you guys before, any of y'all remember Hook, Robin Williams? Robin Williams, who else was in it? Who played Hook? Was it Dustin Hoffman or something? Was it Dustin Hoffman that played Hook? But Robin Williams playing Peter Pan. But that movie, okay, so it's a kids movie. It's rated U for Universal. That's a UK rating. So that basically means anyone can watch it. Kids as well. It's child friendly. It's not so. At least the rating used to be in the UK anyway. It was like it was like UC as in small children, and then U for like anyone, like a family movie essentially. PG is like it requires parental guidance. Then it was like 12, 12 and up, 15 up, and 18 up. That was the old ratings. I think it's kind of changed since in a wee bit, but that's what I'm saying. When this came out, Hook came out, that movie has themes of, so you got Julia Roberts basically trying to break up Peter Pan's marriage, I feel, because she kind of grows up like a big one, like, whatever, and she's like, Peter, kiss me, no shit. You got Rufio getting stabbed through like the heart, essentially, by Hook. You've got a crocodile eating the bad guy at the end. Some dead crocodile, some dead zombie crocodile. This is a kids' movie, and it has all these kind of adult themes to them, I know, that's what I'm saying, but it's a brilliant movie. But this is a movie aimed at kids, and it had quite some kind of theme. Bob Hoskins is me. Bob Hoskins was brilliant in that movie. Good old Smee. Black Midge is saying that he would dump his wife in 1994, Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts is, she was, that was a great movie, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, it was a movie aimed at, it's a family movie, kids movie, whatever. And, it had some quite adult themes to it, in my opinion, with some of the things that went on in that movie. But, and yet people love the movie still, the Universally to this day, it's still one of those kind of movies you love looking back in it, it's just a fantastic movie. Hook is a brilliant movie. But I just kind of think it's funny, like, parents complaining about the Ninja Turtles. I don't know, man, it's unreal. People going, Mind the Gap saying, I deleted the orgy scenes, I must have missed that director's cut. The Tinkerbell thing in Hook carried on how she was in love with Peter and how Tink was jealous of Wendy. Yeah, exactly, that was kind of a big thing, because Tinkerbell, even the cartoon, anyone that watched the kind of classic cartoon version of Peter Pan as well, Tinkerbell was massively jealous of Wendy, because obviously Peter had a liking for her, so yeah. That's something that's a brilliant Disney one as well, that Disney original cartoon thing, but yeah. Oh, look at all the fucking soccer accounts in Phil's chat. TMNT 2003 is going crazy with his super chats right now. Bloody hell. Anyway, we are about 5 minutes behind Phil, even with 2 times speed. So sometimes I just like randomly pause and just have a wee rant, just so I don't catch up to live Phil. If we have to listen to this in real time, I might go out my damn mind.
Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Use, I believe came out about a year and a half to 2 years later, and it was a little different. When I say it was a little different, I mean it was very different. Okay? The whole tone of the movie was changed. Instead of being more serious and adult-oriented with these themes of violence and, you know, actual risk and gore, instead it was, hey, let's beat up people with everything around us but the weapons that we have with us, because that would be deemed too violent. In the opening scene of the movie, the Turtles are in an underground mall in New York City fighting a bunch of thieves with every little thing they can find. A squeaky toy, a Nerf bat, a bunch of sausages that they pull off of a deli and they're beating them with it. It's the most ridiculous thing. And what's funny about it is, you know, originally the complaint from parents was, hey, the Ninja Turtles are too violent. They're using weapons and shit that, you know, are violent. We want it to be more kid-friendly. So then in this movie, the Ninja Turtles literally are barely using their weapons. They're using everything around them. So what did kids do? They went and pulled everything from their house and beat the shit out of everyone with it. Oh, the Ninja Turtles can use this pot in a scene. I can use the pot too. Hey, Billy, bonk. Hey, Mom, smash to the knee. So it's just as bad. The parents are idiots. You know, like, what the fuck, man? But definitely the tone of the movie changed. Way less adult-oriented, a lot more comedic jokes and moments, all right? And you're like, oh, it's Ninja Turtles 2, so now they're probably going to up the ante from the first movie. They'll probably add characters that weren't in the first movie, like maybe Krang or Bebop and Rocksteady, the mutants that were always the ones to fight the Ninja Turtles, or maybe they'll have some people coming over invading from Dimension X, because that was never part of the first movie. It was just the Shredder and his gang trying to take over New York City in the first one. So maybe they'll flesh out those characters. No. Absolutely not. Literally, the plot of this movie is basically a redo of the plot of the first movie, okay? Shredder wants to take over New York City, and he wants revenge on the Ninja Turtles. What he decides to do is steal some of the mutagen that mutated the Ninja Turtles to turn them into mutants and use it on other creatures and try to mind control those creatures to do his bidding. So everyone's like, it's gonna be Bebop and Rocksteady. And you can even see the silhouettes in the background on the sides of the movie poster. Everyone's like, wow, on the left, that must be Bebop, and on the right, that one with the pointed snout, that must be Rocksteady. No, they decided to do their own versions of the characters called Tokka and Razor, a mutant wolf and a mutant turtle, snapping turtle this time instead of a regular, whatever kind of turtle that the Ninja Turtles are, instead of a warhog and a rhino. Why did they do this? I honestly don't know. I don't know if they were just trying to, like, really diversify themselves from the...
He said honestly. That counts as honest. I honestly don't know, I just said. That is another bingo. We are 3 away.
Cartoons and comics, and maybe they wanted to make their own cinematic universe where it's similar plots but not the same exact characters. But what happened? They sold more action figures. Oh, Tokka and Razor you want, because if you want to reenact the movie, you need to have the real mutants from the movie. You can't have Bebop and Rocksteady or anything like that. The movie's plot was way more silly. I mean, they befriend a pizza delivery boy who becomes kind of their teammate during the course of the movie as they try to foil the Shredder's plans. The Shredder is basically just doing exactly the same thing, using the Foot Clan to try to take over the city and stop the Turtles. And then at the end, oh my god, the end of the movie, they end up randomly on a dockside nightclub. Because you know, down at the wharf where you live, they probably take one of those areas where they store boats, and every once in a while they hollow it out, and a bunch of teenagers start dancing around with music playing, and they have a concert down there. Sure. And it just so happens that Vanilla Ice, yes, that Vanilla Ice from the early 1990s is performing at a dock while the Ninja Turtles are fighting the Foot Clan and stumble into the nightclub fighting Tokka and Razor. And so it began the phenomenon that we all know today as shit. The ninja rap with Vanilla Ice dancing, go ninja, go ninja, go, go ninja, go ninja, go. Feel it. It goes without saying the power of the ninja. Turtles aren't playing. You ever seen a turtle get down, slamming a jam to the new hip sound? Say ninja, ninja, rap, ninja, ninja, rap. Yes, I remember it because I owned the soundtrack and I heard this over and over and over from the fucking soundtrack, so I actually know the lyrics. And it was the worst. Even me in the theater, I'm watching it, and I'm like, well, this is what they're doing. I guess we gotta go with it. What's cool is that they kind of follow up the scene with something awesome. At the end of the movie, the Shredder realizes he just can't beat these guys. So he mutates himself with the mutagen to become Super Shredder, a super-powered character that is going to have a final boss fight with the Turtles. Except when he becomes super-powered, he loses his senses and accidentally destroys the docks, which then collapse on him and he dies. I'm not kidding. There's no final fight. He kills himself. Luckily, they took Super Shredder and turned him into a character in future Ninja Turtles games. You'll see today when we play Turtles in Time, he's the final boss. So you actually get to fight Super Shredder, even though there's no fight in the movie. You get to fight him in the video games, which is kind of nice because it was so disappointing the way that he was portrayed in the movie. Okay. By the way, he was played by Kevin Nash, the very popular pro wrestler at the time known as Diesel in the WWF, and of course as Big Daddy Cool in, or Big Sexy as well in WCW. There you go. So that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Really campy. Still made a lot of money. More than doubled his budget. Feel pretty campy. And you know, kind of the Ninja Turtles train rolled on. It continued on. All right, but this sadly is really where I felt the Ninja Turtles started to fall out of prominence. And admittedly, when I was getting older as a kid, I was into more adult-oriented stuff. I like the X-Men. I was getting into Spider-Man and other comic books. I didn't care about the Ninja Turtles as much, but Hollywood didn't care. Hollywood said we got to keep this going. So Hollywood said let's make a third movie. Now you might say, oh cool, finally after 2 movies, they're gonna explore all those characters. Right? I showed you this before. Which one was it? This one? No, this one. Look at this Turtles expanded universe. Maybe they'll bring in Krang. Maybe they'll bring in the frogs. Maybe the Rat King will finally get his day to shine. Metalhead or fucking Baxter Stockman. Any of these characters that have been a staple of Ninja Turtles over the years. Maybe now since they're making a third movie, they kind of run out of the whole Shredder rehash idea. We're gonna do something different. Let's bring them in. No. Hollywood does what it does best. It ruined the fucking franchise by beating it into the ground. They wrote an original plot that sucked the Ninja Turtles back in time into feudal Japan to take on a feudal warlord and some kind of a British guy who for some reason was there giving the warlord weapons. I have no fucking idea. I don't want to remember because this movie was so bad. All right? Basically, the animatronics from the first movie were gone. They redesigned the turtles on a low budget and they look like shit. They look horrible. Their eyes are like this. Seriously, in half the scenes, their eyes look like they're pried open like this. Their mouths barely move properly and don't sync with the word. Splinter was never finished. I mean it. Go watch Ninja Turtles 3. Here's a factoid for you. They never show Splinter's lower half. For some reason, they never finished the model. So the whole Splinter's half of an animatronic always in a window. Why? They couldn't finish his legs. Literally, the 90% of the movie takes place back in time in feudal Japan, and it's boring. Why? Don't you think the Ninja Turtles are exciting enough in the modern day? We have to go back in time. The whole thing is a train wreck. It's an awful movie. It's got some of the worst writing ever. Some of the worst puns. If you thought Ninja Turtles 2 was written for little kids, PG, this is like Care Bears level. Like, there's little to no real violence in the movie. It's all cheesy puns, bad one-liners. It's insanely bad.
Hey, motherfucker, don't you dare diss Care Bears. I grew up with that when I was very young. I had Care Bears growing up, and that was my jam when I was like 3 years old, 4 years old. Don't you fucking tarnish the name of Care Bears, you son of a bitch.
Okay, it's one of the atrocities of cinema. When you watch this, and then you directly, if you skipped Turtles 2 and you just watch this next, you'd be like, what the fuck happened? You'd be like, your head would explode. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe it's the same characters. This guy's got a sick joke. But you know, that's what I mean. That's what Hollywood does. They basically beat the dead horse. They keep milking the same formula. They weren't done. Now, at this point, when Ninja Turtles 3 came out, I saw it. I was so into other things at this point. Now we're talking like almost mid-2000s. I was heavily into video games, Street Fighter, and all kinds of stuff. I didn't really care about the Ninja Turtles anymore. They were kind of an afterthought. But Hollywood says we're not done with them. Oh no, we're gonna keep going. How about a television show called Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, introducing the female Ninja Turtle Venus de Milo? You know, that famous Renaissance artist, Venus de Milo? Even the name doesn't make any fucking sense. The Turtles look like shit. Look at the Turtles. Behind Venus. Look at Raphael on the right and Donatello on the left. They are fucking embarrassed that they're in this show. Look at them. They look like they want...
Oh, apparently he said wow. Leonidas is saying that he said wow. Let me rewind it just to kind of try and catch up. I was too busy talking about Care Bears and Thomas the Tank Engine, my bad.
They never finished the model. So the whole, his splinter is half of an animatronic. Oh, he's in a window. Why? They couldn't finish his legs.
But that was why. It didn't say, Leonidas, I need to rewind further back from here. Or did it come after this? I just want to make sure I don't miss this. We're not too far behind Phil, so it's okay to actually just make sure. But Leonidas, is it before this or after this? Clyde Dale is saying, I never thought I'd hear someone actually threaten someone over a Care Bears and a Scottish brogue. Well, there you go. What can I say? I bring the unexpected to these things. We'll keep going forward, I guess.
Literally, the 90% of the movie takes place back in time in feudal Japan, and it's boring. Why? Don't you think the Ninja Turtles are exciting enough in the modern day? We have to go back in time. The whole thing is a train wreck. It's an awful movie. It's got some of the worst writing ever. Some of the worst puns. If you thought Ninja Turtles 2 was written for little kids, PG, this is like Care Bears level. Like, there's little to no real violence in the movie. It's all cheesy puns, bad one-liners. It's insanely bad. Okay? It's one of the atrocities of cinema. When you watch this, and then you directly, if you skipped Turtles 2 and you just watch this next, you'd be like, what the fuck happened? You'd be like, your head.
You'd be like, what the fuck happened? Okay, so he's not said wow yet.
And then you directly, if you skipped Turtles 2 and you just watch this next, you'd be like, what the fuck happened? You'd be like, your head would explode. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe it's the same characters.
People are hearing him say wow, but I'm not. I'm not kidding you. I'm not hearing him say wow. I'm hearing him say what?
This guy's got a sick joke.
Yeah, I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down.
Care Bears level. Like, there's little to no real violence in the movie. It's all cheesy puns, bad one-liners. It's insanely bad. Okay? It's one of the atrocities of cinema. When you watch this...
Here we go.
And then you directly... If you skipped Turtles 2 and you just watch this next...
Here we go.
You'd be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, what the fuck happened? Yeah, it's what? It's what?
You'd be like, your head would explode. Like, what the fuck? I can't believe it's the same characters. This guy's got a sick joke. But you know, that's what I mean. That's what Hollywood does. They basically beat the dead horse. They keep milking the same formula. They weren't done. Now, at this point, when Ninja Turtles 3 came out, I saw it. I was so into other things at this point. Now we're talking like almost mid-2000s. I was heavily into video games, Street Fighter, and all kinds of stuff. I didn't really care about the Ninja Turtles anymore. They were kind of an afterthought. But Hollywood says we're not done with them. Oh no, we're gonna keep going. How about a television show called Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, introducing the female Ninja Turtle Venus de Milo? You know, that famous Renaissance artist, Venus de Milo? Even the name doesn't make any fucking sense. The Turtles look like shit. Look at the Turtles. Behind Venus. Look at Raphael on the right and Donatello on the left. They are fucking embarrassed that they're in this show. Look at them. They look like they want to cry. It was so bad. I watched maybe one episode out of curiosity's sake to see what it was. I couldn't believe how bad it was. And this is what they had done with Ninja Turtles. They did a crossover with the Power Rangers. Yes, they did. They actually did that. And as if it wasn't bad enough, yes, they actually had music. I'm not going to show it to you because if I do, your eyeballs might actually burn out of your head. It was called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Coming Out of Their Shells Tour. What they did is they actually dressed up people in live-action Ninja Turtle suits. They had them stand on stage and pretend to play music. They weren't. It was full lip sync. It was full fake shit. And it was horrible. It sounded like bad Christian rock. Their songs, we're the Turtles, and you can count on us. Oh, yeah. And that was it. That was like the whole theme. It was some of the worst fake rap, 90s rap. Yo, we're walking down the street and Shredder's coming up and dances to the beat. We punch him in the face and then eats a pizza. And that was the show. I can't believe it existed. It did. Because that's what they do. They take these franchises like, well, we haven't milked it enough. We had a cartoon show, multiple comic book runs, multiple lines of action figures, a crazy movie series, a shitty television series. Let's make a fucking stage show. Unreal. At this point, basically, the Ninja Turtles were like only for little kids. I mean that. Like, it went from, okay, maybe kids, even early teenagers, adolescents like me were into the Turtles. I mean, they were the teenage Ninja Turtles. It was cool. Around the mid-2000s, like, I want nothing to do with this. Maybe little kids still like it, but for me, I moved on. You know, at this point, Batman, the animated series was on TV. Again, X-Men was incredibly prominent with their show and their comic books. Things had moved on for more mature audiences. Kids didn't want to watch that shit anymore who had a brain, but the little kids ate it up. So that's all it was really for now. So I never really followed the Ninja Turtles ever again, honestly, and I'm well aware that the Turtles had multiple reboots. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2022. The Ninja Turtles cartoon show started airing, I think, in 1988. Guys, this is over 30 years later. You realize that, right? And we're still talking about Ninja Turtles. Did you think, when I was a child, all right, I was a child, and I started watching the show, and remember, the first time I watched it, I didn't get it. I was like, Turtles that are ninjas? How could that even work? That sounds so odd. The first time you hear Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, your mind goes, what gives? How could this be popular? And then all of a sudden, you start to watch, you start to absorb, and then all of a sudden you like it, right? It's fun, it's popular, it's interesting, it's funny. Did you ever think 30 years later we still be talking about this fucking thing, Ninja Turtles? It's still prominent today. They're still rebooting it. They're still moving. How many? They had a cartoon reboot, another movie reboot, then another cartoon reboot. Then Michael Bay made 2 shit-ass movies that only the Chinese liked because the rest of the world tanked, but in China they did well. And then they rebooted the cartoon again, right? And now, 35 years later, okay? What's happening? Well, now Turtles are officially retro. Even though they never left, they've always been around in one form or another. The classic Turtles are considered retro. And because they're retro, now it's cool to play Ninja Turtle stuff again. Shredder's Revenge just came out, an homage to the classic 2 arcade beam-up game, and it's a totally new version with online co-op and new characters. People ate it up. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection we're about to play today. A collection of the 13 classic Ninja Turtles games from the 80s and 90s. And people are eating it up. Why? Because nostalgia sells. And this, somehow, this little franchise, when you think that Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, all right, back in the day, when they wrote this comic book, do you really think they thought that it was going to have this kind of longevity, popularity, and after the rest of their lives they were going to be getting residual checks and royalty checks from this shit? They were probably thinking, we're just going to make the most ridiculous comic and let's hope that it catches on with a little niche audience, right? Or maybe not. Maybe they sold their souls to the devil and they're gonna die someday and they're gonna be, living in eternal torment with red hot pokers up their asses forever in exchange for the cool life that they've lived. I don't know, but it's just zany to me that something so wild of an idea and sounds so weird and stupid actually caught on the way it did. And here we are 35 years later, still talking about it. Pretty insane, isn't it? So that's my history of the Ninja Turtles. The thing is, they've been around for so long, you could probably ask other people of other age ranges and they would have a completely different history. They'll start talking about the cartoon from the early 2000s and how it crossed over with the original. They'll start talking about the 2007 3D movie. Or they'll start talking about the Michael Bay movies. They'll talk about the most recent reboot. They'll talk, you know what I mean? There's been all these different ones. So everyone probably has different takes and different scenarios and things in regards to the Ninja Turtles. And that's kind of cool when you really think about it. To think that in a proper perspective that so many generations of people around the planet have had these different experiences with kind of the same idea. So it's pretty neat. I'm gonna have a lot of fun today with you guys, going down memory lane. I'm sure playing these games, I'm going to be hit with memories and reminiscing about the old days we playing video games. This collection supposedly has a lot of nostalgic content in it. Like someone said, there's pictures of the cartoons and the comics, and it actually has the history of the games like written out.
Let me recap the history for Phil. I'm going to recap the history for you guys in case you weren't trying, paying attention to that fucking meandering bullshit. First, he got told to watch the cartoons on TV. Then after that, he decided to read the comics, the Archie comics. Then, when the movies came out, he watched the movies. Then he lost interest. That's essentially it. That is essentially the history of Phil and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He watched the cartoons, he read the Archie comics, he watched the movies when they came out, and also he got the toys as well. He got the toys. The toys, I forgot about the toys, the merchandise, And then he outgrew it and moved on to things like, X-Men and all that stuff. That is it, summarised. That is all really that I had to say about it.
And there's something to show, order they came out and stuff like that. That's going to be pretty neat. Yeah. Pretty neat. Wanderer just said the second cartoon started in 2003. It was actually the most serious one. It was based on the actual comics that's actually revered. The third cartoon was in 2012. That was a middle ground in tone and is also light. And isn't there another one that just came out a few years ago too? So that means this thing's been rebooted and rebooted and rebooted and restarted movie after movie. It's crazy. All right. I hope you enjoyed my trip down memory lane covering my history of the Ninja Turtles from when I was young and my experience with them. Okay, I didn't touch upon was the games, but we're about to do that in the marathon, so it makes sense. Now it's time to do some shout outs because a lot of contributions have come in and I would like to shout these people out and get the leaderboard updated. Fair enough. We start off.
I'm going to slow it down, guys, because he reads the shout outs really fast. We're going down to 1.5 speed.
With super chats and YouTube side contributions, we start with the fake Derek who got banned immediately for trying to impersonate Derek. Har har har, like you really thought that was going to work. What a stupid thing to do. And then we had Devon709, who became a member for 8 months in a row. Thank you to Devon709 for the ongoing support. We have Corrupted Covenant, who re-upped his membership for 13 months. Thank you, Corrupted Covenant. The Cat became a member this morning. Welcome to the Cat. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for all your support over the last few days, by the way, the Cat. And welcome to the stream. Marathon today, kind of special. Hope you enjoy it. Jeff Lopez did a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Jeff. Matthew did a super chat and says, do you like the live action movies from the 90s? I only like the first two. I thought the third one was not good at all. There you go. And here's your answer is yes, obviously I did. I just explained what I thought, my thoughts about those movies. Someone named TMNT 2003 has been doing a ton of super chats. First one, he says, Leonardo is always in control. Then he says, the wise guy is Michelangelo. Then he says, Donatello, he's the brains of the bunch. And then count on Raphael to throw the first punch. There you have it. Thank you to Kevin who did a super chat. And he says, this stream is very informative. I never knew Kevin Nash was an actor in TMNT. Yeah. So cool seeing a legend in a film. Wonder what other films Kevin did. I'm sure he did things, but he never was a main actor. He was always like playing the guy in the background or playing the big guy who's on screen for a couple minutes, and that was it. He was in the Punisher movie, the Marvel Punisher movie. He played.
Wasn't Kevin Nash in like Sabrina the Teenage Witch randomly? Like a random episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He was like some sort of like. I don't know if it was a villain or if he was just like there randomly to help. I can't even remember, but I'm sure he was in like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Dashy says that was Billy Gunn. Was that seriously Billy Gunn? I thought it was Kevin Nash. I know Kevin Nash was in John Wick as like a bouncer. He didn't have to do an action scene. Basically, like John Wick was like asking him how many. Well, he basically has asked him how much weight he lost. But apparently, the hidden kind of lore is that he was actually asking Kevin Nash. John Wick was asking Kevin Nash how many guards are inside or how many people are inside. And so he answered like 40 pounds, 40, I've lost 40 pounds. And he's like, take the night off. I was like, okay. But Kevin Nash randomly in the fucking John Wick movies, which is John Wick movies are badass, although they are getting a bit silly, the John Wick movies, the third one especially, kind of. They're still great to watch, but you kind of fear for like John Wick movies going a bit too silly with things. I don't know. But I thought Kevin Nash was in fucking Sabrina. I didn't realise it was Billy Gunn. What the hell's he doing in fucking Sabrina? Jesus Christ, man. Ah, yeah, man. Was it Road Dogg, Jesse James? The D-O-double-G, Road Dogg, Jesse James. Was he in it as well? Kevin Nash in The Punisher, he got legit stabbed and no sold it. That's typical of Kevin Nash, he doesn't really like selling for other people. Right.
I forget the name of the character. He had the striped shirt on. He came in as like an assassin and he fought the Punisher. Okay, TMNT 2003, 4 more super chats. Live by the code of the martial arts. Never fight unless someone else starts. Always stick together no matter what. If all else fails, then it's time to kick butt. And then do a promotional tie-in with Pizza Hut. Okay, I made up that last one, but it was very true for the time. Thank you to TMNT 2003 for all those super chats. So, oops, what did I click? The wrong thing. Oops. Let's get you up on the leaderboard as the latest super chatter. Make some money. Sell some shitty Pizza Hut. There you go. Here's the truth. Back in the day, Pizza Hut was good. All right, Pizza Hut. Because I want to give some perspective here how things different were 20, 30 years ago. Pizza Hut started off as an actual sit-down restaurant chain. They were not a delivery chain like they are today, comparable to Domino's. They were supposed to be, you go there and you sit down and eat pizza, fresh made to order. They were a pan pizza restaurant, meaning all of their pizzas were made in those thick, cast iron style pans. And when they baked it, the crust was thick and chewy, but had a crispiness on the edges. Okay, it was good. Their pizza was actually good. The best thing you could do is you go to Pizza Hut, you order the family style pizza. It was a big rectangle and you cut it into squares and everyone just chows down on this delicious fresh pizza that just came fresh out of the oven. It was so good. You get sides and things there. Oh my God, the breadsticks. They had the best fucking breadsticks. Okay? They were not these, it's one lump of dough that we went with a pizza cutter through and you rip them apart and it's the same as our pizza dough. Their breadsticks were classic. They were crispy, crunchy bread on the outside, golden brown. But then when you rip them apart, super fluffy and soft on the inside. They would sprinkle a garlic cheese style seasoning on the top of them to add extra flavor, and then you would dip them in fresh marinara sauce they would give you. They were so fucking good. Seriously. That's what Pizza Hut started out as. You go there like, wow, this is nothing like the other pizza places around here. They're not authentic pizza. They're not authentic Italian pizza, but it was a good American, unique style of pizza. And what happened over the years was Pizza Hut kept trying to do tie-ins with everything possible. Ninja Turtles, X-Men, every possible pop culture thing to get kids in there, to get families in there. And I think what happened is that around the 2000s, they realized the model was kind of not that popular anymore. That people were going to go sit down in a restaurant to eat pizza. They would go to a real Italian restaurant. Everyone else just wanted delivery. So they just basically started closing all of their brick and mortar restaurants, and then they changed their pizza recipe to be the same as everyone else. Hand-tossed style, which is not fucking real. It's fake. It's factory-made dough, and they sit there, and they go, hand-tossed, meh, and then they put it down to the pan like every other dough, and they cook it the same way. It's shit. It's terrible pizza. It's not pizza, really, in my qualifications. I think it's just garbage, okay? So it sucks because they used to be really good. So you would go there like, oh wow, I'm gonna get the Ninja Turtles, pizza meal. And you get this little personal pan pizza just for you, with your little Ninja Turtles cup and toy and things that would come with it. Your family would be eating pizza, having breadsticks, everyone would be having a great time. It was such a different experience at Pizza Hut today. That's just shitty delivery that tastes like ass. They really fucked up their whole company.
I'd like to remind people that the one time Phil made a pizza, it looked like someone already, ate it, and there was like the aftermath of them eating it. Like, they kind of... The one time Phil showed off him making pizza, I'll see if I can find it. Let's go on a fucking trip. What's Phil's Instagram? 2 seconds. Let me see if I can get to Phil's Instagram from his fucking YouTube channel. Does he have it up here anywhere? No, I don't think he does. That's annoying. I'm trying to think. What's the easiest way of fucking getting this? Mr. E made a tweet about it, what, recently? Did he very recently make a tweet about it? I'll go to his Twitter then. Holmes Mystery, shout out to that guy. 2 seconds, I'm trying to find it, guy. I want to see this. I want to see this, I want to find it. Where are you, Holmes Mystery? There you are. Hold on. I'm on his Twitter right now. Oh, there it is. Okay, hang on. There you go, guys. Behold, in all its glory, Phil's pizza making skills. This is legit a pizza Phil made from scratch. It looks like a fucking cookie. It really does. That is not a... Jesus, man. Sweet Jesus. Let's see comments. Moen says looks like the kind of thing kids made in a class in preschool.
Got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit, and I've got to...
Yeah, the Rock is quite correct there.
Okay, folks, show's over. Nothing to see here. Oh my God, a horrible plane crash. Okay, folks, show's over. Nothing to see.
Alright, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Yeah, Phil can't make pizza for shit.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much, Barrett Wilson. Super chat. It says it's shaped like a teardrop because even the skills were crying at the attempt. Yeah, that's embarrassingly bad. It was shockingly bad.
Okay, moving on. I just want to give a little perspective. There's people like Pizza Hut. Why would Ninja Turtles be tied in with Pizza Hut? They suck. That's why they were good back then. Okay, our first tip of the day was from Ugly Sonic, who tipped $10. And Ugly Sonic says the following. Cowabunga, Phil. That was a quick one. Thank you very much to Ugly Sonic, and Cowabunga to you, dude. Awesome. Glad to have you here for the marathon. All right. Up next, we've got, Snow Carl, who tipped me $1.60. Says, since you've now been jogging and exercising, have you started adding things like body weight, squat, push-up? No, I'm not doing anything else. The problem with me is time management. I don't have a lot of time to do much. The little time that I have is precious.
He had 4 hours spent watching a YouTuber play the remade Last of Us game. Yesterday. Yesterday, he told people 3 to 4 hours sat there watching somebody play the new Last of Us game. 3 to 4 hours, Phil's words. The man that has no time. He cannot keep his lies straight. He really cannot keep his lies straight.
And, I mean, no exaggeration. There's shit that, I should have time to do, like normal shit, to operate a business, normal shit, and I have to try to scrounge around for time to do it. My problem is that most of my free time is after my late stream. When is that? 10 p.m.? Well, I start fucking working out in the middle of the night, right before you go to sleep. That's not what you're supposed to do,
I bet you wake up first thing, like 9 a.m. Wake up at 9 a.m, go for a good vigorous walk, get it out your system already. I mean, you don't have to fucking squeeze in between streams and in between dinner. You start off a day with some good exercise. I can vouch for starting off a day. Exercising is a brilliant way to start a day. Now, I'm not speaking from current experience because I'm a lazy bastard and I really need to get back into the habit of it. But I used to do that with me and my partner. We went to the gym. There's a gym close to us. And literally before I started work, we would wake up earlier, we go to the gym. The first session of the day, we would get it out of the way. We would work hard, get our bodies moving, get the blood flowing. And it's certainly as good for you to do it first thing in the morning. It's something I definitely need to start doing again because I become a lazy bastard again. I really have. But I've got to do it, start getting better. The fact of the matter is, even Phil, as unhealthy as is bragging about going for walks and all that shit. And it's like, okay, I need to stop being a big fat lazy bastard myself. I need to start going back to the gym. But yeah, Phil has so much Phil can control about his own life that he chooses not to. He chooses to stay up till 4 a.m. So he finishes work at 10 p.m. His work, technically, is streaming. He says he finishes at 10 p.m. Technically, he finishes after 9 his time, 9 p.m. his time. But he claims he sits there for like an hour babysitting uploads and all this nonsense. And so he says his finish time properly is like 10 p.m. But he stays up till 4 a.m. Which is terrible and stupid and just it doesn't make sense. He's playing that stupid bloody mobile game. Bodycat says, if I hold a job, I'm in a different galaxy of effort already. Yeah, true. Phil is his own worst enemy. Even with his own lifestyle, he's his own worst enemy. He is a master of his own schedule. But it's the thing though, he can't keep his life straight. Yesterday, he told his fans time was not the issue. Time was not the issue, he told his fans yesterday. And today, all of a sudden, he has no time. He cannot keep the story straight. All Phil has to do is go to bed at 1 a.m. to 2 a.m, which is still kind of a bit late, but it's not too bad. He can wake up, 9 a.m, go for a good walk in the morning, get back home by 10, have a shower, have some breakfast. He starts work at 11. This sounds quite easy to pull off. I don't understand why he can't do that. It just fucking baffles me, to be honest. It really does baffle me, why he won't change his body, his strict schedule.
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Black Major says you certainly can exercise at 10 p.m, assuming you're sober and not passed out looking at Hogan's. Yeah, very, very valid point there. I'll really cut into Phil's in time, and I don't mean, camp, messing about with himself. I mean, messing with that game, trying to, different wrestlers in that game, trying to get these new wrestlers to add to his massive roster that he's got already. But yeah, anyway, we go on. But yeah, the bottom line is, Phil has all the time he needs. He just refuses to change his own strange, habit of staying up till 4 AM playing a mobile game. Sometimes 5 AM, but usually 4 AM.
So it sucks. What I may have to do long term, right now I'm squeezing in my workouts between my streams. What I may have to eventually do is change my schedule that I get up earlier. Like I said, maybe get up an hour or two earlier in the morning and try to work out before I stream. I know that's
what I was saying. I literally just said that.
Would be weird and different than what I've been doing now, but that's what I do. Eat, workout, shower, come to stream, and do my first stream, and then, dinner, and then maybe go to sleep earlier if I can. I don't know. We gotta try to figure it out. But, right now, it's just so chaotic. It really is. Every day is so chaotic. I'm running around barely with enough time to do what I need to do. I haven't had time to think about anything else. Some days I don't even have a half an hour to do my exercise. I gotta hurry up, and I have 20 minutes today, so I gotta go double speed,
And a reminder, he spent 3 to 4 hours sat on the couch watching someone else play The Last of Us Remake yesterday. Not yesterday. He did that the day before, on his day off, on Thursday. He told us yesterday. He told us yesterday how he spent his Thursday day off. Just a reminder, just in case.
1 millimeter man to the $1.50 Pizza Hut pizza for this stream or Riot. I can firmly assure all of you, I did not order Pizza Hut. There was no way. If Pizza Hut was still good, I probably would have. They're terrible. I'm not ordering Pizza Hut. They're shit. Derek, and not the usual Derek that you guys know as the stream regular, but the other Derek, because there is another Derek who's a regular. To the $1.50 says, helping contribute. Cowabunga Dude, thank you very much to Derek for the tip. Okay. Zoya, give me $1.
Money, yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much, Prophet, for Super Chat. It says, if people believe Phil's actually jogging, or at the very least power walking, I have a bridge for sale. Will you sell it to them brick by brick? Yeah, a lot of people are very sceptical if Phil actually does go and these kind of walks and all that shit. I don't know, I mean, it'd be a strange thing to lie about. I mean, it's not as if he's fucking lying about going back to the gym or anything. It's just a wee walk, and anyone can fucking do it. It's a strange thing to claim. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe he is actually covering as much distance as he claims. I'm going to go out and say I do think he does go on these wee walks, but I think he's kind of over-exaggerating how well he's doing with them. He's certainly not going that fucking fast. There's no way he can fucking maintain that. Fucking bullshit. It was I covered it a couple of miles in like 20 minutes. Fuck the fuck off, Phil. You wish.
50. So we'll be playing specific games for the collection for the stream. Will it be a variety? So here's how we're going to approach this today. Excuse me. First of all, I just want to boot the collection up and see what's in it. I want to see what games are there, explore it a little bit, see what extra content is in it. Let's just look at the collection for a little bit, maybe like half an hour. We'll just dabble in it, see what's there. Then we're going to start at the beginning. And the first Ninja Turtle game is just that. The very first Ninja Turtle game was on NES, and it was an action platformer that sucked ass. It was one of the worst games on NES. Everyone hated it. It was insanely hard for no good reason. It had a cast of characters that weren't in the cartoons or comics. It was just shit. We're going to try that first. I haven't played it in I'm not kidding, since the NES. I never really played it that much, because I think I rented it twice and hated it both times. So after that, all right, then we're going to get into the major games. Now, the collection has a good variety of stuff. It's got arcade games. It's got the home ports of said games. There's no reason to play the home ports of arcade. We'll play the arcade. So we're probably going to play through the 2 arcade beat-em-ups, which is the original arcade game and then the sequel, Turtles in Time. Now, after that, there was a third Ninja Turtles game that was basically home only. Didn't have an arcade cabinet. On the NES, it was called the Manhattan Project. On the Genesis, it was called the Hyperstone Heist. They're almost the same game, but not exactly. Okay? We may play through one of those. We'll see. Gotta think about it. Then, the next major games would be the fighting games. There's an SNES version Tournament Fighters and a Genesis version Tournament Fighters. They're actually different games, different cast of characters, and they play differently. So what I'd like to do is jump into either, right, and play each of them and see the differences and see the graphically and gameplay and character selection, how different they are, all right? Now, there's also the handheld games, Game Boy versions. We may check out a couple of those as well. Now, the question is, will there be any online play? And the answer is, I don't know, because it really depends on how this collection works, okay? If the collection works well, I would absolutely love to play the arcade game and Turtles in Time co-op with people on the internet. But look at the games I played recently. How hard it is to find matches, how hard it is to even play them online. There's no guarantee this collection will have anyone playing it online for me to do that. All right, so we'll have to see what happens. I believe also the fighting games have online multiplayer. And again, I don't know if those are going to work. I would love to commit and say, yeah, let's do some online matches against people in these games. I don't know if they're going to work, So I can't really promise you anything. It's more kind of a wait and see. Let's test out the games. Let's see what's in there. Let's see what works. There's also time constraints. I don't know how long we're going to be playing each game. Each of the arcade games can probably be beaten within 40 minutes. They're not long games at all. They're meant to be quarter munchers, not time demanders, you see? The NES game, I doubt we're going to be playing at any major length. Maybe we'll play for half an hour to an hour tops, if that, because I don't know if I can stomach an hour of it. It's such a bad game. And then after that, you know, fighting games we're going to check out for a little bit. So I don't know. What I would say is, I want to check a lot out. I've never played any of the Game Boy games. I don't even know what they're like. So that would be interesting to at least see what they're like, but I'm not committing to sitting here and dedicate myself into giant chunks to each game or anything like that. There's very much is a casual stream. A celebration of the Turtles and their history in gaming from back in the day, and just kind of having a good time with it and chilling with you guys. It's not super serious stuff, all right? If you guys want to see more of one game, we'll do more. If you want to see less of one game, we'll do less. It's up to you, essentially, okay? Okay, Cherry Juice. Tip me $2 talking about She-Hulk twerking. I don't care. I'm not going to watch that show. I don't give two fucks about it. It doesn't affect me in the least. Thanks for the $2 tip. Snowcrawl tipped me $1.50. It's big ups on the effort for your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles history segment. I'm impressed. You put forth harsh criticisms and honest opinions about how bad it's been and gotten when other creators might have hyped it up to be positive about their event. Good luck today. Well, here's the thing. I was very positive about the stuff that was good. The original cartoon was great. The Archie comics were great. The original movie was great. But much like everything, Hollywood milks it to the point where it's bad. And I don't think anyone's going to say, oh, I love Ninja Turtles 3. I don't know how you could. If you like Ninja Turtles 3, I mean, you might like swallowing razor blades or slamming your nutsack with a hammer or putting your head in a toilet and flushing when it's full of turds. I mean, I can't imagine anyone who likes that movie. Michael Caine says, the Game Boy games are actually very slow beat-em-ups. The last one is a Metroidvania. You only have one turtle at first. There's a map that fills out as you explore. It's interesting and unique. Cool. 1 Million Minute Man, to me $1.50. Says, would you play the co-op games with viewers? I don't know how it works. I haven't even booted this collection up. I have no idea if any of my viewers own the game on Xbox. I don't know if the game allows you to matchmake properly or if it's random. Like, who knows? I can't. That's the thing. Like, I definitely didn't want to commit to anything today, not knowing how good this collection is. I'm going to be honest. Okay, you guys ready for this? All right. This collection is made by a company that I have history with. The name of the company is Digital Eclipse. Digital Eclipse, over the years, has made many different games. Okay, one of the games that they made that I have been insanely, harshly critical of is the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, a game that came out in 2018, and I played it all the way up to June of 2022. 4 years. This collection almost stinks unless you're only playing it offline. All right? As a history collection, it's nice. You can go through all the history of the Street Fighter games and play them in an offline setting, although there's still problems with that. All right? They work. But the moment you take this thing online, the netcode's terrible. They never patched it to improve it. They didn't care. The lobby system at first didn't even work. Then when they patched it to fix it, they never added basic functionality, like the ability to make a private lobby and invite people. It doesn't work. When you do it, sometimes someone gets an invite, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they join and they get kicked out immediately. Sometimes it just won't work at all. It's a piece of shit. You have no ability to kick anyone from your lobby, so you can make a lobby and a bunch of trolls join. Oh well, your lobby's fucked. The game is completely unfinished. And they put no effort to ever making it better in the 4 years that I owned it. So I basically suffered with this very, very frustrating inferior collection for 4 effing years until finally a new one came along. So what I'm saying is I didn't want to promise anything with this collection because I have no confidence that it's even going to work. I mean, offline the games will work, and that's fine. We can easily just play them all offline. But man, when you want to do online co-op and a beat 'em up and stuff, of course you want to play with people online, but who knows if it fucking works, right? And the game just came out. It took them months and months to patch the 30th Anniversary Collection and actually have lobbies work. So who knows? Seriously, who knows what's going to happen with this collection, all right? That's why I didn't plan ahead for much, because let's just see if it even works on the fly. Fair enough? Zoya tipped me $2 and says, for your long history of YouTube and online, have you considered branching into other sites like OnlyFans? The dumbest question I've ever gotten. I'm going to pretend like you didn't ask it. Thanks for the tip. Okay. All right, so, ladies and gents, we are actually going to start in a few minutes here. What I'm going to do is summarize some things I said at the very beginning of the podcast, because a lot of you were not here. At the beginning, I had like 200, 300 viewers. Now we have over 400. I want to let you know what's going on today, real quick in a summary style. I'll probably take a few questions from the audience, see if anyone has some Q&A to do, and then we're going to get started. All right, so, excuse me. And by the way, let me make sure this is the real Derek. I think it is. Indeed, it is. Welcome, Derek. Good to see you. We already had multiple impersonators, but we took care of those. Okay, so here's the deal. All right. I, today, am only doing this one stream. There's no second stream. There's no other content. It's all the Ninja Turtles Pizza Party Marathon event. First of all, the pizza has been ordered and it's coming around 4 p.m. That's typically what I do during a marathon. It's around my dinner time. So we got several hours of gameplay here before that happens. Okay. Then when the pizza arrives, I'll take a quick break to go get some. We'll have it here live on stream for the first time. It's actually, I ordered something I didn't order before. So it's actually a taste test for me. I've never had it before. Okay. And we're going to have live pizza, all right? And then we're going to continue on with more games. So that's the deal. The food is showing up around 4 p.m. Pacific time, so about 3.5 hours from now, just so everybody knows, okay? This is my one stream of the day. There's no second stream, all right? Please understand that, because I think some people are like, oh, well, what are the goals for the day? What's this? What's that going on, all right? I'm not changing the goals. Normally on a stream, I'll have 3-tiered goals, a $50, $100, $150 goal for tips and stuff like that. I'm not changing that for today's stream, all right? If we get $50, you still get the Gunner glasses. If we raise $100, you still get a hat that you vote.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
On. If you raise $150, you still get a vest or a jersey. I'll actually make the football jerseys eligible today as well. All right? But how we're going to change it up is that if we keep going, if we raise $200 on today's stream, which would help a ton right now, then it's going to be a new hat and we do a hat swap.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Okay? If we raise $250, you get a vest or jersey swap. So there's potential to see me basically change my wardrobe a couple times today, depending on the level of support. Now, thank you to anyone who supports in any way. I really appreciate it. If we raise 100 likes on stream, I will blow some bubbles. And then for each additional 100
money, yeah, money, oh, money, yeah,
Thank you very much, Black Mage. Super Chat says that a 77-year-old grandma does not eat dinner at 4 p.m. Most people don't. Some people do have early dinners. But a 4 p.m. dinner is excessively early.
Likes, we'll do it again. So every 100 likes, I'll blow some bubbles for you guys. Okay? That's also going to be in place. If you would like to help the stream, today would be a great day for memberships. As you can see, we have an inflated number of viewers. I knew we would for a marathon style like this. We always do. So today, if you were someone who's thinking of becoming a member, re-upping your membership, or gifting memberships, today would be an absolutely great opportunity to gift a membership. Because if you did, today, there's going to be a lot of people sitting around, probably waiting in the wings to receive a gifted membership. I'm just saying. So if you were kind of holding back, like I was wondering for the great time, today will be a good day. And I already announced this earlier on the podcast. I'll announce it again. The copyright issues are now finally in process of getting cleared up. It took a very long time because I think either YouTube was dragging their feet or something was going on with this process that was taking forever. But as of today, we finally have a positive update, okay? And basically now it's the final stretch, and they're going to get cleared up sooner rather than later. So you don't have to worry the channel's going to get shut down or anything like that. It's not going to happen. Things are good. So you don't have to worry about, oh, if I buy a membership or get the membership, I'm going to lose it. No, it's not going to happen. Everything's good, okay? Okay. All right. So there you have it. All right. Now, one final thing. Tips would be great today. Here's why. Today I dropped $40 on the Cowabunga collection. I already ordered pizza. All right. Next week I got to buy Splatoon 3. Oh, by the way, I have my 2 giant bills for the month. My internet bill and my condo dues all due at the same time next week. So this...
You're really stretching your fans thin then for asking for all the support. You want several hundred members dropped in your lap, as well as a lot of extra tips to make up for a shorter YouTube payment from before. You're asking a huge amount from people during these trying times, Phil. Inflation's a very real thing. People got to look after themselves. Plus, you want these fans to even buy their own pizzas to join you in eating pizza yourself. If I was them, if I was those fans, I would just prioritise on self first, rather than Phil. Phil's doing perfectly fucking fine for himself, as you can tell. Look around him.
Week, I have to raise a lot of money tipping, or else I don't have the money to pay those bills, all right? So tips would be great today. If you want to tip and see some great rewards and things, the hats, the vests, the jerseys, it would help a ton. Again, party atmosphere today would be a great day for that kind of stuff and that kind of support. It would also help me because remember I told you guys last week I had several $100s in chargebacks. I lost several $100s in income that are now in limbo, and I don't know if I'm going to get that back or not. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So it would all help, all right? Thank you in advance to anyone who contributes in any way to this stream. I appreciate it. It would be great if we could actually have some reward goals and stuff hit, okay?
Prophet saying begs for memberships to hit the goals, segues into blitz and tips because you spent money on pizza and cowabunga and needs to buy other games. That's, yeah, it's exactly like, man, it's just, he's just bombarding the chat with all the wage and giving bloody money. Brad Burnian says he has lunch later in the evening. Well, some people, if they have like one big main meal a day, 4 p.m. is understandable. 4 p.m. is an understandable time if you're having just one big massive meal. 4 p.m. is fine. Early dinner essentially is your one big thing in a day. If you're not doing breakfast, you're not doing lunch. Understandable. But Phil wakes up at like 11 a.m. Well, he wakes up before that. He wakes up at 10 a.m., has a breakfast burrito, and then decides at 4 p.m. is a good time for him to stuff his face with food. As him finish the first stream. Black Mage is asking, did he just say thousands of dollars in limbo? Hundreds of dollars in limbo. Because of chargebacks, apparently. Gregory Lake is saying pizza at 4, gin at 5. And Bodycat is hoping Phil chokes on pizza. Well, if he takes those massive bites where he deep throats the damn pizza, it could happen.
We just hit 100 likes. So it's time for the first bubble blow. And I say the first, because as I explained, I will do it every 100 likes. So if we get 200 likes, on to the next, and 300 likes, on to the next. And typically with a marathon, we do that. So we'll see what happens.
For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking and saying absolutely nothing.
Okay, excellent. Now, what I would like to do is... Oh, I missed something. Oh, I missed a couple things I'm being told. Hold on. Shout out to Bacon Boy, who became a member this morning. Thank you to Bacon Boy. And shout out to Shadow King, who re-upped his membership for 8 months to 7 months, still going strong. Thank you to Shadow King. What I will, I guess, do is I will periodically check on members. Right now, since we got 3 new ones today, so there's no big difference, no real movement of the goal. But remember, members are huge this month. Number 1, if we hit the members goal this month, 450 members. Halloween Marathon, I dress up in costume. You nominate and vote on games to be in the marathon. Members get priority to nominate and vote on games.
Hold on a second. Prophet's telling me it fills on the 182 dislikes. I see 115 likes and 0 dislikes. Let me refresh the page. I'm refreshing the stream. Don't mind me, guys. I'm going to hit refresh on the stream. Oh, there it is, 108 dislikes. Wow. I like how it was glued to 0 dislikes, even though it was clearly not. I see it now, 115 likes, 180 dislikes.
Eating a pine cone, not to my knowledge. I try to stay away from those things that you're not supposed to eat.
Oh crap! I just refreshed the page, which means we lost our place. I need to rewind like 8 minutes. Sorry. I'll find it. I will find it. I didn't even think about that. God damn it! I need to rewind like literally 8 minutes. Oh, I'm so dumb. I don't know why I thought refreshing the page wouldn't have any big deal. I completely forgot I was behind.
It's the first game I remember playing and enjoying. The first game I ever...
No, it's behind that.
I don't know yet. We'll talk about it, but there's many things that I have permission to react to on here.
No, behind that as well. I'll just keep heading back.
Membership, I'm going to lose it. No, it's not going to happen. Re-upping your membership, or... So there's potential to see me basically change my wardrobe a couple times.
No, not that. I think before this, I cannot believe I had a refresh without thinking, I had Prophet, I blame you. It's not Prophet's fault, but I'm still blaming Prophet.
In a few minutes here, what I'm going to do is summarize some things I said at the very beginning of the podcast, because a lot of you were not here. At the beginning, I had like 200, 300 viewers. Now we have over 400. I want to let you know what's going on today, real quick in a summary style. I'll probably take a few questions from the audience, if anyone has some Q&A to do, and then we're going to get started. All right, so, excuse me.
I think I definitely seen this bit already.
And by the way, let me make sure this is the real Derek. I think it is. All right.
Okay.
Thank you to anyone who supports in any way. I really appreciate it. If we raise 100 likes on stream, I will blow some bubbles. Finally in process of getting cleared up. It took a very long time. So you don't have to worry. I'm going to have the money a ton. There's in charge. It all help. Okay. Because as I explained, I will do it every 100 likes. So if we get 200 likes, on to the next, and 300 likes, on to the next.
I'll play from here.
We do that. So we'll see what happens.
I'll tell you what. Not only will we just play from here, I'm going 2 times speed again. We're doing 2 times speed. Screw it. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, Prophet's fault. Prophet sends sex bots incoming. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Okay, excellent. Now what I'd like to do is, I missed something. I missed a couple things I'm being told. Hold on. Shout out to Bacon Boy, who became a member this morning. Thank you to Bacon Boy. And shout out to Shadow King, who re-upped his membership for 8 months to 7 months, still going strong. Thank you to Shadow King. What I will like us do is I will periodically check on members right now, so we got 3 new ones today, so there's no big difference, no real movement of the goal. But remember, members are huge this month. Number 1, if we hit the members goal this month, 450 members. Halloween Marathon, I dress up in costume, you nominate and vote on games to be in the marathon, members get priority to nominate and vote on games, all right? And a special feasting with the king that day, all because we hit the goal. If we hit that goal by September 16th, so if we hit it halfway through the month early, I'm doing an additional reward where we're gonna do a special react event by the end of this month. What will it be? I don't know yet, we'll talk about it, but there's many things that I have permission to react to on the internet, and we're gonna do that special. So there's a double reward if we just hit the tier 1 goal, and then there's a tier 2 goal this month as well, so it's a perfect time to become a member, okay? All right, let's see what we want to talk about. Please tag me in the chat, ask me questions. We'll do this for a few minutes and then we'll get started. Let's see what we want to talk about. What do you think about my history of Ninja Turtles this morning on the podcast? Derek says, I like the Ninja Turtle movies in the 90s. Who are my favorite actors? We just talked about them, Derek. I didn't talk about the actors. You know, they had actual, pretty popular voice actors. Like Corey Feldman was the voice of one of the Turtles. Lee Donatello, I forget which one he was, but he was one of the Turtles. And I forget the name of the actor who played Casey Jones, but he was actually a really good actor. He ended up being in a bunch of other television series and things too, and did a really good job. So those are probably like the Casey Jones actor and probably Corey Feldman, the 2 notable ones that I remember. Monster says, for what it's worth, all the Ninja Turtle cartoons are still worth watching. You probably still enjoy them more mature tone of the later shows. Interesting. And my team mosquitoes or dragonflies? Dragonflies are awesome. They're completely unique creatures that are not harmful to the environment at all. While mosquitoes are sucking blood and passing disease. Dragonflies are really cool. I love dragonflies. Kane's Corners, I think we'll be about the same age this year. I'm actually 42. What's the first game I remember playing and enjoying? The first game I ever remember playing, I gotta think really back because it had to have been one of the video games my uncle showed me. Because I used to go over to my uncle's house and he had a whole PC gaming setup. And at that point in the mid-80s, he was playing games like he had a flight simulator one that was wireframe planes and stuff that he used to do. I'm trying to remember what else he would play in the 80s. I remember. But I remember I owned a console that was Pong, and it was Pong you plugged into a TV. It was one of those standalone Pong consoles, and it was only 2 players, 2 knobs you would turn. That was probably the first game I owned and played. And I remember it was black and white, so what I would do is I would adjust the tint and saturation knobs on my TV to change the color of the TV, and it would change the color of the paddles. Okay. And then the first games I owned outside of the Pong console was the Atari 7800 because my uncle gifted it to me, and I had a bunch. I Dig Dug, Moon Patrol, Centipede, Asteroids, Keystone Capers. Man, I could probably go to a million. Karateka, Double Dragon, and Double Dragon 2. Oh, Pole Position. Oh, Pole Position. That was the game that came with the console, so that was one of my first. There you go. All those old Atari games were the games I originally played and grew up with. And the fun part is, there's an Atari Anniversary Collection coming out in November. I'm getting it. It has a lot of those games. I'll get to re-experience the classic Atari games for the first time since I was a kid. That's going to be pretty neat. Yes, Derek, I think Corey Feldman was a very popular actor in the 80s and early 90s, and everything he was in was good. Everything. Do I remember the Pizza Hut commercial and song on the Ninja Turtles movie VHS? I don't remember. I remember there were commercials on the VHS. I don't remember the specific commercial and song, no. I never played Kaboom, Michael Caine. Never played that one. Have I ever had In-N-Out? What I think about it? I was not impressed. I ate it once. I waited a half an hour to get it because it was so popular in California. One time when I was there with Rambo, we were there for, I think, it might have been E3, and we went specifically to In-N-Out. We waited, we ordered from the secret menu, and we got the burger, we ate it, and we were like, dude, this is just as good, if not as good as something we get on the East Coast. Not from like, McDonald's, but like our local places. Places like Duchess or Tomlinson's and stuff like that made burgers just like that. So we were like, this is completely unimpressive. It was a waste of our time and money. Yeah, Derek, we talked about the TMNT food products, the stupid. They had a cereal that had marshmallow Ninja Turtle heads. I remember that. So it was supposed to be like Lucky Charms, you're eating Ninja Turtle faces. And the stupid puff snacks that were supposed to be pizza flavored. They tasted disgusting. There's a million things back in the day. There was a million different Ninja Turtle snacks back in the day. Did I play MS-DOS PC games when I was young? Yes. My dad eventually bought a Hewlett-Packard computer, and I played Skull Castle. I owned Ghostbusters 2 and Mega Man It was either Mega Man or Mega Man 3. I can't remember the name of the game. It was a Mega Man PC game that literally is not Mega Man. It's an original game starring Mega Man. They actually made their own game rather than porting to NES games. It's really weird. So I played a few games on, but the thing is my computer was not set up to run these games. It ran like shit. So they were really like slow-mo terrible with flickering graphics and everything. They were almost unplayable. Did I ever eat Dunkaroos? Yes, I've had them. Did I love them? Not really. I had them before though. The Ninja Turtle popsicle from Mr. Softy Chucks that looked like abominations. Are those the ones that were supposed to be like Fat Frog? Remember Fat Frog was supposed to be like an ice cream frog that was green and white with like bubblegum eyes or whatever. You eat it, but it would melt. So the Ninja Turtle face all the time would be deformed. You would eat like a deformation of a Ninja Turtle face. It was very scary for children. Have I tried pizza flavored Pringles? I'm sure I must have at some point. I don't recall, but I'm sure at some point I tried it. You know, when I was growing up, it was the era of the movie tie-in snacks. You had Ecto Cooler, High C that everyone loved, Ecto Cooler flavor. You had Ninja Turtle snacks of every type cereal. You know, everything was some weird pop culture movie tie-in. Sexy Italian man, tip me $4.20, says, can you eat the pizza shirtless with a chef's hat on and a blue spandex? I could, but I'm not going to. It is possible I could do that, but I'm definitely not going to do that because I'm actually a normal person. I'm not a jackass. So there you go. You know, I don't pull stupid stunts on my streams for popularity to get people to toss me money and shit. Dumb.
You put on sunglasses at $50, you wear a hat for $100, and you put on a vest for $150. You are kind of like a fucking clown for money to get popularity, Phil.
I'm the antithesis of that. While everyone else is taking off their clothes, I'm putting more on. There you go. Favorite pizza topping? Don't have one. There's so many good pizza toppings. Seriously. There's so many good things that go on pizza, and there's some things that go on pizza only in combination with other things. Like, I would never eat pineapple with pepperoni, but I would eat it with ham on pizza, you see? Cherry Juice to me $1.50. He says, you talked about it yesterday, Pokemon does actually own a part of EVO. It's sad times. All right. Sony owns EVO. Sony bought it. Now, if you're saying Pokemon owns a part of it, I guess maybe she invested in it. Big deal. But anyway, no. Sony owns EVO. She probably bought a stake in it then. That's fucking hilarious, by the way. Yes, Derek, that's the only Ninja Turtle cartoon I ever saw was the one from 87 to 96. I never saw any of the others. I have played Bloody Roar before. I know of the franchise. I've never actually had anchovies on a pizza. So I don't know if they'd be any good. Some people love them. I've never had anchovies, so I don't know what they taste like on pizza, so I can't comment on that. And I've had a lot of different pizzas. I've had eggplant and vegetarian-style pizza. I think that's really good. I've had some weird shit. I've just never had anchovies. Yes, Kane's Corner. There's an Atari collection coming out. It is on. I have the date right here. I'm getting it for sure. It is coming out on... where the hell is it? Atari's 50th Anniversary Celebration Collection, November 11th. For all modern consoles, pretty much. Yeah. Pretty cool. Have I ever eaten a pine cone? Not to my knowledge. I try to stay away from those things that you're not supposed to eat. Probably pretty harmful. Probably tear up your insides. Go to the hospital. Thank you, Arkham fans. I like my new haircut. I appreciate that. I love the haircut.
Go back to Supercuts and get your $5 back, jabroni! Oh, no!
Only the SNES version of Tournament Fighters has online play in this collection. Okay. I remember they're distinctly different, the two versions. Even the graphics are different, the sound is different, and the character select is different. It's like, it's the same game, but it was designed completely differently for the consoles. So, I guess we'll mess around with both and see the differences, and maybe if we can play online, we'll see if we can. I don't have a favorite steak cut. In fact, I eat steak so rarely. I don't even... Sirloin. I probably eat sirloin more than anything because the sirloin cut is the easiest one. I love filet mignon, of course, everyone says is amazing, but how often you can get that? It's too expensive, right? I used to get, back in the day when I was rolling in dough from YouTube, before I moved and all of that, I used to actually take my parents out to dinner once a week, and for like a year straight, I would go crazy. I would get the filet mignon, I would get the fucking lobster tails, and my parents would be like, holy shit, like you really are making a lot of money. I was like, it's crazy. My money, you could make an ad revenue back then. I wasn't even crowdfunding, I wasn't even streaming. It was just pumping videos on YouTube. I was like, I'll give you guys whatever you want every week, because I can afford it. You know? It was nuts. No, I would not try turtle soup. No, I don't want to eat a turtle. I feel very sad. Eric, how were those Turtles in Time co-op videos last night? Were they good? See, back then the problem was I was filming direct capture with the camera. So when there's a party going on like there was back then, it was probably raucous, right? You probably heard a million people talking, you probably barely heard the game, I bet. Pizza rolls or pizza bagels? Pizza rolls are gross. I don't like pizza rolls. Pizza bagel, I can make a homemade pizza bagel, probably fucking good. My mom used to make those. But I don't know, pizza roll, yeah. There are 3 versions of Tournament Fighters. People forget about the NES one. It's not that people forget. It literally didn't exist. Like, I'm not kidding. You couldn't find it anywhere. Even like the rental places didn't have it. You couldn't find it. It was an insanely rare game. And it sucks. You don't want to play the NES version of the fucking fighting game. You want the SNES or Genesis with better graphics, more buttons. Why the hell do you want to play a 2-button fighting game? It was a piece of shit. So that's why it was like more of an oddity for collectors than something that people would actually play. What toppings did I get on my pizza? You'll find out. You're certainly going to find out in about 3 hours and 15 minutes when it shows up. You're going to know what I got on my pizza. You're just going to have to be patient. You have to hang in there, be here that time. You're going to have to stay tuned. See that? No, it's not 13 individually different games in this collection. A lot of them are duplicates. There's 2 console ports of the arcade, so that's 2, so that's 11. There's 3 versions of Tournament Fighters. You cut out 2 of those, although Genesis and SNES are different, they're still not that different, so you cut out another 2, so that's 9, right? And then I actually don't know how many Game Boy games there are in this collection. Oh, by the way, Manhattan Project and Hyperstone Heist are almost the same game as well. So it's kind of 8. There's really around 8 games in this collection when you really look at it. Okay. Oh, yeah, there you go. King's Corner says, less than 6 buttons for any fighting game is peak struggling. My first fighting game was Street Fighter 2 on the Amiga. I only had 1 button with a joystick. How are you supposed to play that? Right. There's 3 Game Boy games in the collection. All right, we're going to see in a minute. We're going to boot it up and see what's in there, okay? Monster Burger, you joined late. We already talked about the coming out of our shell store. We did. Yikes. Yikes. So, oh, by the way, actually, I totally forgot to put this up. I totally wanted to put this. Oh, that's not it. This is the thumbnail for today. So you guys have probably already seen this on the stream. That's really cool, and I wanted to do this one too. Put that up for a little bit for the end of the show. Oh, interesting story. So first of all, people are complimenting me for wearing my pizza shirt today. Mario Pizza. Okay. Mario Kingdom Pizza. I wore it on purpose, obviously. But I wanted to get a Ninja Turtle shirt. They had one at a store I went to on my day off, but it was fucking extra, extra large. And yeah, that ain't gonna fly with me. I wear a large. Not even an extra large. I wear a regular large. So I picked it up, and Kat's like, oh, just get it so you can wear it on the marathon. I was like, oh, God. So to give you some perspective, so here's my shirt, right? Hold on. Here's me in a regular shirt. This shirt went out, I'm not kidding, to here. It was like a balloon. It looked like I'd be wearing a deflated hot air balloon if I put the fucking thing on. I'd be like, like on the side of a giant blueberry or something. There was no way I was gonna get that. You know, and I don't need that, and it won't fit. It looks stupid. You know, and it sucks because I definitely wanted to have a Ninja Turtle shirt and I couldn't get one. So, there you go. What games am I most excited for? Well, here's the thing. I want to play the original NES games. I know it's bad, but I'm curious to see what it's like playing after so long. It's been so long since I played that game. Maybe I'll have a different perspective on it. Probably not. I'm probably still going to hate it. But I still at least want to play it again. The classics are the arcade and Turtles in Time. Those games are so good. All right. After that, I definitely want to try the fighting games because I remember them being quite fun, but I don't remember them like feeling like they were going to be competitive. I felt like they were kind of unbalanced and kind of cheap. I don't know because I never played anyone in them. It was like me playing myself and maybe if a friend came over and I played for 5 minutes, but it wasn't like it was an online play. That was an arcade, so a home fighter you didn't get any competition on, right? So I don't know. Maybe trying that online. But outside of that, everything else, like I didn't play any of the Game Boy games ever, so I don't even know what they're like. Hyperstone Heist and Manhattan Project, I'm pretty sure I played them at least once each, but they're basically original games meant to be the 3rd game in the series. It was supposed to be Ninja Turtles 1 was the shitty platform everyone hates. Ninja Turtles 2 was the arcade game. Ninja Turtles 3 was either Manhattan Project or Hyperstone Heist, which was meant to be a sequel to an arcade game and an original game, and then Ninja Turtles 4 was Turtles in Time, was supposed to be the sequel to the arcade game directly. So, okay. Yes, this costume here was my Halloween costume from 2012, 10 years ago, a Ninja Turtle. It was pretty bad. And back then, my God, did I look different. In reality, I've actually lost weight. If you take a look at my face, I'm actually less chubby now than I was back then. I actually was a little bit heavier back then. But, oh my God, look at my beard. Then and now. Back then, it was all dark as shit. Now it's all white, silver hair. You can barely even see. I have a full beard right now. My face is all full.
Okay, we can do a side-by-side here. Let's go full screen and Bjorgen's side-by-side comparison. Right, in my opinion, not trying to be mean or anything, but Phil looks a bit more gaunt, as if he's got jaundice or something, and his beard's certainly far worse. The 2012 Phil was a far happier creature. He was still obnoxious, he was still toxic, he was still irritating as hell, but he was a far happier creature in 2012 compared to modern day, current day Phil. Star Martin saying cirrhosis of the liver, quite potentially. But yeah, Phil, it's getting to the point, Phil, where you cannot maintain a beard. It's time to get rid of that nonsense. He has to get rid of the beard, the goatee, whatever. It's not working for him anymore. It's just not cutting it. It looks ridiculous. Even if he had a better webcam, he should still get rid of the goddamn goatee. It just does not work for him whatsoever anymore. Kevin Yorker thinks the picture's creepy, the thumbnail, the one on the left, that version's creepy. Like he's autistic or something. Well, Phil is arguably on a spectrum. Toy Stan suggesting just get some just for men hair dye. Well, if his beard suddenly turns black, people are going to be asking questions. Isn't that what Kevin Nash did? Going full circle, talking about Kevin Nash. Because I'm pretty sure he was grey as a mule for a while, and all of a sudden he had like jet black. Like hair again. I was like, how the hell did that happen? It's a miracle. People are saying what am I talking about, the goatees never worked. The goatee kind of worked for a bit. Although, as I'm saying, I still remember smooth face DSP when he first did a face reveal. But yeah, it's high time we get rid of the goatee.
Full? You can't see it because white hair back then. The whole thing was darkened and shit. It looked completely different 10 years ago in that regard anyway. Hairline's still terrible. There we go. And by the way, I murdered Michelangelo. And I took his place to be in that picture. Just so you know. Okay. Do I stress a lot? You know, I used to be a very stressful person. Seriously, I used to be like stressed out all the time about shit. I've basically learned a way to kind of like de-stress and be like, don't be constantly stressing about shit. You know, if there's something important that I need to stress about, I need to focus on. You know, that's different. But for the most part, I try not to let little things stress me out. For example, compare how I would react to false copyright strikes 10 years ago to how I reacted this time. You know, like I freak out, go crazy, make entire rant sessions, rip my hair out of my head, go crazy, and now it's like,
No. You're not gonna fucking free pass that. Right, I slowed it down to 1 point pi speed here, but compared to the copyright stuff, he did the same thing. No, never mind saying I'm so different to reacting to this stuff now. No, he done exactly the same thing. He got the copyright strikes coming in. He freaked out. He mass deleted a bunch of videos. According to Prophet, he deleted 82 videos. I don't know how accurate that is. You know, I need to verify that. I know he deleted some videos, but 82 videos. Actually, I trust Prophet to do his due diligence. Even Prophet does do quite a bit of homework on this, to be fair. Prophet's saying that he's been freaking out every day about it since the copyright strikes happened, which we know is true. We've seen it for ourselves. And according to Prophet, he's deleted 82 videos. So Phil did the same thing as in 2015, but to a smaller extent because it was not as many videos back. You know, it happened today. You know, this copyright strike did not affect as many videos as the 2015 copyright strikes did. And Phil's solution back then was deleting hundreds and hundreds of videos to deal with the copyright strike nonsense. And that massively tanked his YouTube channel and the algorithm. He lost some huge amount of fucking like views or shit because he deleted all those videos. And Phil's argument was like, why should I lose all those views? The views still happen. People watch those videos. Obviously, YouTube works in the system. If a video's there, I can count the views that video's had. It's sort of just simple maths. You know, you're trying to tell YouTube algorithm just to say count all the views on this channel to get a total amount of channel views. And if you delete the videos, it cannot count those views anymore. So Phil was raging at YouTube for literally being, you know, the system being smart enough to just count all his channel's total views on videos that were still there. Phil has not really changed much in terms of how he deals with crisis. As soon as it happened as well, just like in 2015, he went straight to his fans and begged for help, begged for extra support, and so on.
You know, it's the same bullshit again, whatever. It's gonna go away, you know. So I just go with the flow. It's different. I'm just a different guy now. I evolved. Do I think they could make a Duke Nukem today in today's climate? Yes, but they have to be careful not to do certain things to get canceled. And in addition, they would have to completely advertise it as this is a game from the 90s. Because if they didn't, you know what I mean? Like, they have to say, this is totally the attitude of the 90s. Or, you know what they could do? They can make a Duke Nukem game where Duke Nukem is in modern day, and he's still like the 90s Duke Nukem, and doing all these things, and everyone around him is like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you do totally, it's not acceptable. And the whole game could be like him facing SJWs and shit. That'd be pretty crazy, actually. Everyone's trying to cancel him, and he's like ignoring them. Like, no, fuck you. He's ripping arms off and making sexual jokes. Everyone's like, oh, dude, it's horrible. There you go. All right. Anything else, guys? Last chance to ask a question. I'm gonna take a leak before we begin. Then we're gonna jump right into this collection. We're gonna see, you know, like I said, first we'll explore it. We'll boot it up. We'll see what's in it. Is there any history of Turtles? You know, what games are actually in it? Let's see what's in this thing. Then we'll actually start playing the games. So, yes, this right here is a frame of a dive-kicking Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. That's the actual sprite from the game turned into artwork. So the thing is, we might not play that version. We're gonna play the arcade version, all right? The one that you would play in arcades, but this is the one everyone owned at home, including me. So likely what we'll do, probably not play that version. However, we'll probably either play Manhattan Project or Hyperstone Heist, which is basically the sequel to the arcade game made only for home consoles. Am I gonna use the arcade stick? I'm going to try, but I don't know if it's gonna work with the game. If it works with the game, great. I'd love to play these games with the arcade stick because that's really what they were designed for, so. Swaggin says, did you see my sub message? I probably missed it. Swaggin's re-upped his membership for 14 months in a row, so people who eat pizza with ranch are freaks. I tried it last year and I hated it, remember? I tried dipping my pizza in ranch, it was disgusting, I thought. Yeah, some people like it, I can't do it, it was not good. No, I never played any Game Boy games of Ninja Turtles. No, I played very little on Game Boy. The only games I played on Game Boy was like Super Mario Land, and there was a Wario game. I played with the first Wario game, and I played Tetris, and I played Pokemon Blue, and that was it. I never played any other, I take that back, and Dr. Mario. But that was it, those are the only Game Boy games I ever played. No, I did not get a pet turtle. I would have loved to have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt. I love the Ninja Turtles. I grew up with them. Even though I'm not a fan of the modern Turtles, I'm still a fan. Obviously, I've already played Shredder's Revenge, and now we're doing a marathon based on them. Yeah, I would love to have a shirt, but I couldn't find one in time. Like I said, I didn't have one my size. All right, guys, let's take a very brief break just for me to use the restroom, all right? Not going to be a big deal. Thank you for watching the podcast. I hope you enjoyed the history of the Ninja Turtles, a little discussion we had about them. Thank you so much. And tomorrow we're back to regularly scheduled gameplay stuff and podcast stuff. But for today, I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Thanks for watching.
And of course, we're going to skip his dumbass outro because, you know, fuck you, Phil.
Let's get this set up, and like I said, I'll take a brief break just for me to basically take a leak, and then we're gonna get started. The Turtle Fun. See what this collection is all about. Here we go. So I knew this was gonna happen. This is the webcam from Fighting Games from last night, which is too small. And that's probably gonna be too big. It's not gonna fit. Hopefully that's fitting. If not, I can't tell because it's too dark. This is the problem with the Xbox dashboard for me, is that it's kind of dark, so I can never tell if my camera's fitting or not. I think it's too small. It is too small. There we go. That fits now. And let's get the leaderboard center. I also don't know if there's anything at the top of the screen or not. I wanted the leaderboard at the top, but maybe we got to rotate it to the bottom. And I am going to try to get my joystick working, but let's take a brief break. I won't even, how about this? I won't even run commercials or nothing. I'll just mute the mic. I'll go take a break. I'll be right back. It'll be like 2 minutes for me to use the restroom, okay? All right, guys, we'll be right back and then we'll start. Don't go anywhere.
He's not even doing like a as, he's literally just walked away from the stream, so I'm just mashing the right arrow key to try and catch up to current fill.
I really hope it worked.
Oh, here we go, he's back. Here. Okay, he came back here, right? He came back and it's up again. I'm going to go full screen for this so you guys can see, okay? But we're listening out for Hate to Say and Wow, plus him doing random siege mode where he crosses, you know, folds his arms. So, here's full screen and here's Phil coming back.
Okay, guys, let me grab I want to plug the joystick in and see if I can actually play this game with my joystick as opposed to the gamepad. I think that'd be kind of neat if I could, because a lot of these games are meant to be played with joystick and buttons. So let's do that first, and we'll get set up here, all right? Yeah. Ah, smack in the face. Okay, get that out of there. Okay. Oh, it works. I really hope it works with all the games. I'm going to be disappointed if it doesn't. I mean, some games don't. The Pac-Man collection kind of worked, but didn't fully work with it. Meaning, I had to set like a special mode for it to work, and then when I did it, the audio was all screwed up. So it was kind of disappointing in that regard, but here's hoping, right? Here's hoping that it fully works with the joystick. Now, a couple quick things. I just want to remind you, we're about to get started, okay? So, let's reiterate one final time. Here's how today works. It's a marathon. We're going to be playing this collection till around 4 p.m. I'm going to be exploring the collection at first, seeing what's in it, the features and the like, then we're going to start playing the games one by one. I'm not committed to doing any set amount of any game. If I play one game and I hate it, I can move on to another. If I play one game and I like it, I can play more. I'm going to be going along with you guys and your feedback, as well as, you know, my enjoyment of the games. Some have online components, some don't. Depending on what the online components are, you know, if I can play co-op and beat them up, I'll try. No guarantee it's going to work or anything like that. We'll find out, okay? Now, this is only one stream today. I'm not doing multiple streams today. This is it. The one stream is it. One and done. Okay, but it's a long stream. We're starting now. We're going to play till 4 p.m., take a break, grab the pizza, come back, eat some pizza, and then after that, come back and play more games, all right? So there's only one stream. All right, the goals are as follows. $50 raised, gunner glasses. $100 raised, hat that you get to vote on. $150 raised, vest or jersey. $200 raised, a second hat, so a hat swap, and $250 raised, a second jersey or vest swap, okay? It'd be great to hit some of those. It's the only stream I'm doing today. It's not like I'm doing 2 streams where each have an opportunity to raise anything, and this is how I make my living. By the way, things are tight right now because, number 1, I got a bunch of chargebacks last week, which sucks, and they're all in limbo. And number 2, I got bills coming up that are pretty big. I already had to drop $40 on this game. I had to order pizza for today for this special event. This event was not in reaction to hitting any goal. It was just, I want to do something special for you guys, all right? So support would be appreciated. Thank you in advance to anyone who supports the channel. Today's all...
I done something special for you guys. Give me money now. I did a kindness of my heart. I did this, but give me money now.
Also a great opportunity to gift memberships because we have so many people here. A lot of people will likely accept those gifted memberships. And the final thing, every 100 likes we get on the stream, I will blow some bubbles. Okay, we already had the first. Now we're at 123 likes. We get to 200 likes, we'll blow more bubbles and keep going. Every 100 you get another bubble blow. Okay. All right, D-Trick. This is super chat saying pizza and ranch is good. Stop hating. I tried it. I hated it. It's all up to personal taste, right? Some people eat fucking cockroaches, think they're good. You know, it is what it is. You like it, you like it. You don't. I really don't care. Okay, ready? Let me get my headphones on. Let's get started. All right, guys, this is it. Booting it up for the very first time.
He is now recording for YouTube, which means that is the end of Bingo, I'm afraid, guys. I thought it was going to be a shorter Bingo, shorter podcast because it's a marathon, but I guess not. That was still as long, in fact, even longer than usual. I could have done a 5x5 card in all hindsight, you know, but I had no idea what kind of podcast he was preparing. For the marathons, it's usually a shorter podcast. So I did not expect that to go as long as it did. So we could have done a 5x5 after all. We still didn't get a full house. We got a couple of bingos. We got the top row and we got 2 diagonals. But other than that, we did not get 9 out of 9, sadly. I don't know. Let me see who's restreaming now. Some people are asking who's restreaming, so let me explore that right now for you guys. Let's go on a journey. My subscriptions. Tevin streaming. Fucking Tevin, there you go. Let me fucking get his link. There you go, guys. You guys can enjoy a Tevin restream. And go nuts for that. There we go. Now, before I go, I'm going to end things how I always end things. I always end things this way. Pixar Animations, Notorious P.I.G., the contributions. this is how I always end things. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me. I do appreciate it. Sorry we couldn't get a full house. We'll go back to normal 5x5 bingo cards for tomorrow. Hopefully we can end the weekend on a high note, you know, and get an actual full house bingo. But for now, thank you very much for joining me this Saturday. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, however you end up spend, you know, however you spend it for yourselves, whether you're going to watch Tevin or just doing anything else. But yeah, thank you guys for keeping me right in the bingo, to keep me right and try and make sure I didn't miss anything in the bingo card, and also for the subscriptions and super chats as well. I do appreciate everything you guys are kind enough to give me. But until then, hope you guys enjoy Pixar Animations, brilliant video contributions, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment...
Oh, that was way too fast. I'm still at 1.5 speed. We can't have that. And also let me just pause Meerkat's music so I don't have that in the background. I love Meerkat's music, but not at the same time as contributions. But yeah, peace out, guys.
...payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Free. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone.